Does that mean we're about ready to get going?
We are indeed ready, about to get going.
Let me change my name.
We're going to be starting this campaign.
Oh yeah, I should change my name too.
Yes. We will be starting this campaign about a month before reaching Dawncrest, when everyone meets in the capital for the first time. Normally, you guys, it would take about 6 months to get here, but there's some narrative reasons why. One, it only takes a month, and two, why you can't just teleport there. Right, so
give me just a second.
I mean, how common is teleportation magic? I mean, saying.
It's true, but it's one of many reasons. Well, you do have teleportation magic.
Oh, you already do have that. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Hey, Heather, can you switch your name to whatever name you wanted?
Okay, I will do that. I'll just use the shortcut or short version.
Shorthand version.
Actually, I have to edit.
Okay.
Enough. Roll 20.
How do you do the thing where you move the character, move the screen to where you need
you
to
hold
go?
shift and then ping. Yep.
Thank you. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. We actually will get to that in a second.
Thank you, Alex.
Trying to figure out if I can get up one. Aha! Now I'm at the top, bitches.
You've done it.
Easier
Started
now.
at the bottom and now we're here.
Okay, so we all getting ready into character and all that stuff?
I need my book.
Oh, you're right. Get a second to get prepared. Get into this mind.
Wait,
Everyone's
why do you have a
familiar
number
with
in
the
your name?
Ready.
So I can be at the top.
Oh,
God, I'm hyped for this.
try using just a space. See if that works.
Nope.
Damn.
Just spaces technically, yeah. Most parsers eat spaces in carriage returns for that reason.
There. Most sensible.
There we go. I was gonna suggest something like that, actually. Yeah.
I love the happy turtle.
All right.
Thank you.
So, this tale begins. Actually, hold on. Where's the music? I should have music. I didn't have the music for this part. Oh well. We'll start off with just nothing then. This tale begins in the town of Dawncrest. Before that, we join our adventurers, as many of them appear in the heart of the capital, the heart of Yselle. Many of the players, especially, have strong connections to the capital, strong connections to the crown, strong connections to the land that they live on. Yselle has known peace for hundreds of years. Thankful to the two mountains that flank its side, and the thick Drakewood forest that keeps intruders from coming in. But times recently have been tough. A 5-year truce has been broken by the Ingaussians. Their superior technology burning away their forests, wanting the ever-summer plains to their own. We start in a corridor. A paladin dressed in plate armor, speaking to a gentleman dressed in fine clothing. You guys move?
Yeah. Move to scenes.
Alright, thank you. Let me know if the music's too loud. Well, actually, I need to lower
I can adjust
this.
that on my end anyway, so.
I'm gonna keep this over here. You can adjust it on however much you guys want. Aldys, introduce your character, please.
Okay, Aldys is dressed head to toe in full plate mail, stands 5'3". The helmet is unique. It has the symbol of a griffin on top. It is opened in the back. So it acts like a face mask instead of just a visor.
Alright. Is that it?
She also has a cloak, just a traveler's cloak, and a bulk underneath a cloak in the back. with a hilt on the side. And that's it for right now.
Aldys is speaking amongst the hollowed halls of one of the Sunspire keeps alongside the plains. Aldys speaks to a gentleman, not so tall, hair swept to one side, a journal open as he's writing inside of it. The two of you had just recently finished a mission for the Crown. The man you know before you, his name is Silas. You've worked with him before. You don't particularly like him by many means. He's a commoner grown up. But you cannot disagree with his results. He looks over to Aldys and says, "Well, it looks like you have another mission. The Crown wants you." And he hands over a missive to you. This one seems of utmost importance. I had already done the scouting. I'll be there for the meeting, but I won't be joining you this time. It'll be with new people.
New people?
Yeah. It's quite interesting.
Do you know anything about them?
Well, I can give you a spiel. One of them is a harpy, apparently, another's a turtle, and one you already know of. She was your professor during the time. Our professor.
Wait, you can't be Mirrium, right?
It's Mirrium. And he kind of gives you a smile. Oh, I remember that class. Oh, I remember that class.
That's odd. I don't normally work with beastmen.
Yeah, well, the Crown has been definitely trying to bridge the gap on that part. With the war and everything, it's not good to have us separated. Although, you aren't going to the front line. Not where your father is.
Of course not.
Yeah, this one is, from what I know, seems to be more of the taste to your skills. Your skill set.
Very well, I better find out what's going on.
I'll meet you there. I have some things to deal with. And Silas leaves, leaving you to head over to the throne room. We then pan the camera over to the docks of Dawnrise as a peculiar harpy and her turtle friend enter the dock on a boat, although they don't really need a boat. However, one second. There you go. However, the boatsman says and speaks over to Tio. You had saved his life before. Remember the flood from a few years back?
Mm-hmm.
This gentleman, this fisherman, you had saved him and his family. Unfortunately, not all of it, but as best as you could. He rows the boat closer to shore, and he says, "Thank you again for all the work that you've done for us and my village and my town. This is the least I could do. It looks like you both have some business in the capital."
Oh,
he says.
Oh gosh,
Tio.
it's not. No. Okay, thank you. You really didn't have to. Okay, well, I appreciate it. Come on, see. Thank you. Here, and he fumbles with his purse and kind of pulls out.
No. It's my honor.
Here.
No. It's my honor to head over to Non Island to bring you over. I know you could have just come, but I wanted to talk to you and thank you personally again. I never had the chance to after that.
Okay. You're welcome. I mean, of course. Oh, okay. Come on, Cici. And he kind of gets up and awkwardly puts the gold coins back in his purse. And like, you sure? No? Okay. Kind of look. And as he's getting off, he's pointing out into the buildings to Cici and like, wow, I sure hope that that honey bun vendor is still here. Man, those are really good. I don't know. I guess the castle is a big building in the center.
Yes, that's where the castle is.
Cici's just kind of really clinging to him and kind of hiding behind him. All the people make her really nervous. It's like, I've never been
There
to
are
someplace this
a
big.
lot of people by the docks.
Yeah.
This is about midday, 1 in the afternoon, the busiest time. It is the people's rush hour. Carts of fish and wares, especially fish, fill the air as they get pulled across the bridge. You see several men walk by and they bump into the turtle. They don't mean to, and it's just very crowded.
It's okay.
I hiss at him.
No, it's okay, Cici. They didn't mean to.
You're not hurt, are you?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. I just kind of glare at them as I'm hiding behind Tio.
Several of the village, city folks, do eventually open up a little bit as the pair of you walk through. They recognize the portal for sure. They recognize the markings and the staff that the portal uses. You hear whispers. It's like, is that him? Is that Tio? Others aren't so sure why is this turtle doing with the harpy, although there are others in the crowd that do recognize you and do recognize the marks.
I kind of just hiss at anyone that gets a little too close. As I'm clinging to Tio.
It's fine. They're not hurting anyone. Come on.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
The two of you
nice here. Come on.
now make it into the city. This is your first time here, Cici. However, Tio, you've been here about a dozen times on your travels, whether to visit as an envoy or just to come around. You notice there are several beast folk around. You notice two jackals doing tricks on the street. You notice a gorilla actually manning one of the carts of bananas, and he puffs his chest out and says, "These are the best bananas on this street."
Oh, are they
the best? Really?
Wow, really?
Tio, can we have one? Can we have one, Tio?
Yeah, I'll buy two.
Right. He introduces himself as the Aldys. He introduces himself as Horgo, the gorilla, and he says, "Yes, these are the best bananas." And
wow!
I don't think I've ever had bananas before.
Oh, they're really good.
I'm surprised Cici knows what a banana is, actually.
Well, he said that they were bananas.
He did say that.
Oh, that's fair.
Cici, you notice that the bananas in your hand, they feel squishy. You've never had one before.
I accidentally squish it like too hard and it plops out.
No,
it just gushes everywhere, and I just.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please? So you can just click that in your character sheet. That's just Cici.
Okay.
All right. So it slips out. You squeeze it a little bit too hard. The talons on your wings press into it and it flies out, but you're able to catch it just in time with your mouth. And Horgo says, "You're going to have to pay for that, you know?"
I swallow it whole without taking the peel off.
No, that's not how you eat that.
Wait, I thought it was popping out of the peel.
No, it did pop out, but Cici caught it with her mouth. So,
in addition, eat the peel.
Do you eat the peel too, Cici?
No, you don't eat the peel.
Yes, I eat the peel.
Cici, no, that's the bad part. Cici, no, spit that out.
Too late, it's already gone.
And it's in half hanging out of my mouth, and I just look at Tio with pleading eyes.
Here, I reach into your mouth and I take it out.
Horgo, who the gorilla is looking quite annoyed right now as you've eaten 2 of his bananas without paying.
No, here, I give him like twice the price of the bananas for the trouble.
Alright, and he says, and that'll cost you about 3 silver. It's normally, like 5 or 7 copper, but then, well, I mean, it is a bit annoying. So, he takes the 3 silver in a huff and nods, and for your troubles also gives you another stock of bananas, and he looks over to you to see he has never changed who you are, and huffs his chest again.
Thank you. These are delicious. I take one and I eat it whole.
No, Cici. Here, Tio demonstrates. He pulls one out and he peels it back, and he's like showing her, like, yeah, like this.
It takes you both a collective 2 hours to get to the capital. to tower.
It takes 2 hours to teach her how to peel a banana.
To peel a banana, but on the way you go through a whole bunch of whimsical moments, which we can cover another time. But we change screens over to the throne room. 1 second, let me just change the music real quick. Mirrium sits on one of the side chairs, nervously, as King Aldys sits next to you, and he's an elderly man, about mid-50s, gray at the temples. His hair cleanly kept, as a crown rests on his head with a sunstone gem pressed gently into the tip. He sighs and turns over to the owl and says, "Relax, Mirrium. It'll be all right."
I'm just sort of sat there on the chair, or is like a bench or whatever. Sort of my hands folded in my lap, knees very close together, and I just slowly, without turning my torso, turn my head, all owl-like, to look at him. I have no idea what you mean.
And you have been briefed on some of it. The king has said to you there is a very, very troubling rumor in the town of Dawncrest to the south. You would know that, you specifically would know and have been briefed, and you've been asked about your knowledge of mind flayers. Terrible creatures from a different plane of existence that has crept its reach over the town of Dawncrest. Missives that have been sent from Lord Wallenheim, the lord of the keep that protects Dawncrest, have been very cryptic and seem to scoff at that remark. However, one of your students, Silas, has done a lot of the preliminary searching and says otherwise. With that, the doors open, and Aldys enters the room. Aldys, you turn your head and you notice Mirrium immediately. How do you react?
Slight astonishment, but my face mask is still down, so can't see the face.
Mirrium... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
I mean, she's wearing a mask. It's not like I would recognize her.
Mm-hmm.
I walk up to, I'll walk to the, throne and kneel.
Stand, Aldys. Thank you. Your timing is impeccable. And
You send word for me.
Yes, I have a mission of utmost importance. However, I have two more waiting. And he kind of looks at his little, the time, what are they called again? Like the things that have sand in it?
Hourglasses? Or...
Yeah, hourglasses, thank you.
Okay.
He takes a look at a large hourglass placed to the side, and he says, "We've been expecting guests. They were supposed to be here an hour ago."
Wait, no, hourglasses track time. They don't tell time.
Oh, they...
You think like a sundial? I mean, they would have
Sundial, maybe?
Sundials would be probably a pretty big aesthetic here.
Or you could just make up your own thing.
I mean, or it could be like a fucking magic-ass sun clock. I mean,
it's a magic-ass sun clock. Thank you.
The world's your magical oyster.
Yeah, it's a magic-ass sun clock, and like it's behind the throne. It's not in the picture, but it's behind the throne. He like looks back and leans his head, and he gruffs a little bit. He says, "I've been expecting these guests about an hour ago. I'm concerned they might have gotten lost in town." And the camera pans over to Cici and Tio trying out pies for the first time, and then back to the throne room. And,
Should I go find them, my lord?
No, that won't be necessary. And Aldys, the king says, "Please have a seat over there, next to Mirrium. I believe you two are already acquainted."
I pull up the face mask. Yes, quite.
Oh,
And
I thought I recognized that name. And he sort of tapped my beak with one finger.
It's been years, Professor.
And real quick, how would you have done in Mirriam's class, and what class would it be, or have you not really decided that?
We haven't discussed that.
Okay.
No.
What do you do?
I think
Actually, I mean, it would be. I mean, do you just teach Arcana or what?
I mean, I imagine she would teach just like a wide gamut of, pretty much everything from history to
history. Yeah, okay.
History especially.
It would have been a
little bit of medicine.
Little bit of medicine, but this specifically, both you and Silas had been in Mirriam's final year class of history and beast lore of Yselle. It was how tough would it be? A fair course or a tough course? You describe that, Mirriam.
I mean,
final year.
Fair, but for the final year.
Yes.
I mean, it would probably be kind of all over the place as far as like the subject matter it carried, because like it would be like sort of tying together a lot of the things from previous courses.
Yes.
So it probably would have felt very hectic.
Okay, so all this, you remember Mirrium's class being very hectic, but thanks to your lineage, you were able to keep up with it. Half of the class had a difficult time with the lesser houses, but
yeah, I bought tutors. It's fine.
Yeah, so you had a tutor. There are only, I believe, three students who would have aced that class. You did, Silas did, and another. The three of you had done very well, and Mirrium would have known that, considering it's a class that she's taught several times. But moving back, Aldys sits down at one of the chairs as the king rests again, tapping his foot a little bit impatiently and nervously, waiting for the guests. And a few minutes pass, and Cici and Tio enter the door, albeit with a bit of stains on their clothing.
Oh, wow. Would you look at that?
Tio, this is the first time we've been in the throne room.
Wow. Cici, look at that.
Tio, it's so pretty.
Cici.
I've never seen such vibrant reds before. Look how the sun comes through. Look,
Cici.
The both of you are immediately greeted with shades of red, yellow, and brightness, as the light always seems to be noon as it drops down to the throne room. Cici, until you see a human male about his 50s sitting in his throne. But as the both of you come in, he stands up. And he walks over.
I hide behind Tio.
Cici, that's the king. You gotta bow to him. And Tio bows.
Cici copies while standing behind Tio.
Cici, can you make a quick charisma saving throw for me, please?
Oh no!
All right. So Cici, you try to copy and kneel before the king, but you trip and you kind of stumble a little bit. You realize halfway through your kneel is you kneel very differently than a turtle. So it's a very awkward kind of pose you have right now. To which Mirrium...
I've got bird feet.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Radically different knee structures.
Yes. So it takes a little bit, but you do bow. But Aldys and Mirrium would immediately notice this, and they see the turtle kneeling and a harpy. A harpy. You would know them as a feral race of creatures past the border of Yselle, on the northern foggy coast in Gaussian territory. At least, not until recently. In which case, the king says, please stand. All these formalities really do bore me. I would like to move on to the subject matter at hand.
Oh, yeah, sure, of course, Your Majesty. Cici, stand up. And stand up.
I want to say that I've actually met both of these two before. I think I have a good reason for why we would have met. At least.
Well, why would you have a reason?
I mean, I would have run into them during various peacekeeping missions, going out, talking to beastmen tribes and stuff.
Mirrium,
or is that not? Yeah.
Talk about that later. But Cici and Tio haven't spent the major part of their time together, just getting back to the realm. They were pretty far out when they met.
So, and I wasn't with the tribe.
I see.
So Mirrium would actually know of Tio. And also Aldys, you would know too, based off of your conversations with Silas and just rummaging around the capital. You've heard of two very interesting heroes that have come from seemingly out of nowhere, from beyond the Foggy Mountains, coming back, saving townsfolk, stopping plagues. Defeating evils that just seems to be straight out of fairy tales. And you hear and you remember, and Mirrium, because you do have a very strong root in history, immediately recognize the name Tio as one of the favored champions of the Isle of Non. Tio's companion, though, Cici, you have heard of a harpy protecting townsfolk, but this is the first time you've seen it in person.
I see.
So I doubt that you would have left the capital in the last 5 or so years. Would you have? On sabbatical?
I know, I could definitely see her getting out and doing things.
So let's say maybe Mirrium did meet Tio and Cici in a town they were coming back from. Maybe through passing. Maybe Mirrium was there with aid from the capital. Maybe it was a clan of beast tribes that Mirrium had been close to. field research is another great reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You might have come across each other, but it's been a few years since then.
Oh, hey, you're the nice owl lady.
I smile and wave at them. Like,
Oh, you mean the other not Harpy?
Yeah.
Professor, you know these people.
Cici, I remember her. She helped us at that one time with the plates, and we don't
She
really
gave me a
remember.
fish.
Yeah.
I waved to her.
The two, and Aldys says, you're already acquainted. This makes my life much easier. All right, so, anyways, and a man walks in, full plate in armor. You know him
Hello there.
as the General. General Blackheart. He comes in, and he salutes. And 1 second, let me just double check the notes here.
Thank you for giving him a name so that I don't envision him as a tiny man in green and army fatigues.
1 second. I'm about to describe. I just had to verify one thing because he is actually a part of lore, and Aldys would know this person. He is one of the greater houses.
Ooh, wait. Oh, wait. I can actually scroll up and see.
It's Hightower, sorry.
There we go. Yeah.
General Hightower, and you would know him as the Greater House. He wears on his chest. You see a very proud sigil of a bear on his chest, and Mirrium, you would know this too. There are several Greater Houses of Yselle. Aldys being the firstborn of, I think it was House
Scion of House of the Dawncrest.
Dawncrest, and this is the High Lord, the General Hightower. And General Hightower salutes, nods over to Aldys. You're looking well.
You too, General.
Thank you. And he says, and he leans over and he whispers into the ear of Aldys. And there's a sullen look on Aldys's face as he tries to.
Whoa! Do I see that?
Yes, you see that.
I'm gonna read the lips on that man. What's he saying?
Right. So I'm gonna have you do an insight check at disadvantage because he comes in and he holds his hand over his mouth. But you do have a chance. You do have a slip.
That's fair enough. Okay.
And go ahead and roll insight at disadvantage.
Hey, could I aid? Actually, because
I'm like, sure.
I'm like looking over there too, and if she like sort of turns to me and is like, wait, did he say? And it, like, give him like.
Yes. Okay. So you're gonna cancel that disadvantage and just roll straight. So go ahead and roll your insight because Mirrium is right now helping you. So if you aid someone, you give someone advantage, or if you aid someone with disadvantage, they get just a regular roll.
Oh,
so
nice.
you just
okay.
All right. So you can aid. So go ahead and roll your insight, please. All right. So with the help of Mirrium, you do hear and kind of catch a couple things, but you don't get the full story.
Okay.
Hightower leans in, and you hear, Your Highness, push in front. Assassins, we must go. And with that, Aldys, his face grimaces, says, yes, we'll get to that soon. Thank you, Hightower. And the general salutes and turns over to Cici and Tio. His presence is very demeaning. He tall, about 6'8". He's a massive hulking human. He wears his fatigues.
Imposing?
Yes, imposing.
He means what he says.
Yes, demeaning and imposing.
Very insulting.
He has a large gruff beard with a shaved head, with leathery skin, and he says, "Thank you," and he leaves.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye.
I like your bear.
He doesn't respond. He keeps going. You do notice that he pauses for a second and then he keeps walking.
I glance over to Aldys with the very tense expression on my face.
Quite.
So, Aldys lets you, and Aldys gives a seat over to Cici and Tio. Tio sits properly. Cici, how do you sit on the seat? Do you just sit normally, or is there a way that you perch?
Can I perch on the top of it?
You perch on the top of it, which Aldys,
No. I perch behind Tio's seat.
You perch behind Tio's seat.
Oh my gosh!
And you perch behind Tio's seat, and which is just the top of her chair, which is actually quite an impressive feat of dexterity. Aldys, you would immediately notice this. There's something special about this harpy. You can't really put your finger on it, but the way she moves is very graceful.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, in which case, Aldys sits and says, "Thank you all for coming. You come in dire times. Aldys, I understand you want to get to the front line as fast as possible to meet with your father. He has been a great help. Mirrium and Aldys would know that, for the most part, the kingdom is not doing so well. They're not a warfaring state. There are some very strong warfaring tribes, mostly the Dawncrest, Hightower, many of the Beast tribes. However, the houses, the Greater House Yun, has not been faring so well against the technology that the Ingashans have employed, and much of the forces have moved to the front. And Aldys sighs, and I have a mission for you all. Tio, you are an emissary of the Non, as you may already know. They have sent you as their champion because this information I'm about to give you, I cannot trust with many. Do you trust this companion with yours, with this information? He speaks over to Tio.
Yeah, Cici's trustworthy. Cici, you're trustworthy.
Squawk.
I will take your word for it. I trust the Turtles. They have been an invaluable ally. I know it has been tough on your people. Many Ingashan ships have tried, but thank you to the Dragon Turtle to keep our waters safe. And Tio, you would know the Dragon Turtle, an ancient creature that's been there long before the Turtles. It's a hulking beast, and no one knows its true name. They just call it the Dragon Turtle. However,
have we seen it before?
Both of you have seen it before. Mirrium have seen it before. Aldys, have you ever been to the Isle of Non?
No, I can't think of a reason I would have been there.
No. So, Mirrium, you would have definitely seen it. It is massive. It is about the size of Manhattan, to give you an example.
Oh.
A giant dragon turtle that protects the bay of Dawnrise. It also protects the Isle of Non. Because of it, it has been a massive deterrent to the Ingashans, and that's why they haven't come attacked from the sea. Meaning their only way forward is through the Drakewood Forest. So with that, Aldys says, there is a town, the very edge of our reach, right by the Drakewood, close to the Vistosian border. And let me just go ahead and bring you over to this map over here. You guys can take a look at the glance. Dawncrest is a town of about 3,000 people. It has grown and boomed under us, and is in the Valley of Songs, and actually under the purview of Hightower. And he would look over to Aldys, and says, he has asked personally that this matter be attended to by you.
Me? He has his own scions. Why doesn't he send one of them?
They're on the front line, and unfortunately, I can only send a splinter force to here. If we send the troops over to where the Vistosian border is, it makes it difficult for the ambassadors to come in. As you know, the Vistosians have reached out an olive branch to help us in our need against the Ingashans, and unfortunately the only way through the Drakewood Forest and the first place that they will get to is Dawncrest. My advisors and I believe that this is a greater conspiracy by the Ingashans to blame a death and an assassination on the Vistosian ambassadors, meaning that we are secluded. Silas, as some of you may know, the both of you have been tremendous in your spy efforts and counter-spy efforts in the kingdom, has done a lot of preliminary reconnaissance. And Aldys, you remember, after your last mission, Silas had went dark for about a month. And he had only recently returned.
So that's where he was.
Yes. He says that there are a lot of things unsettling. Vallenheim apparently corrupted. It is a lot of news to bear. I'm going to be taking the subtle approach this time, which is why Hightower had suggested you hold this. Mirrium, you have been asking to be out in the field for a very long time, and I can't think of a better reason and a better time for you to do so. Aldys looks over to the owl. I believe a lot of this is under your purview. The Silas had reported a stone that can transform men to stone and turn them into thralls. This transmutation in alchemy is something that boggles my mind.
Sounds folklore to me.
Yes, but as we know, some folklores are true, and Aldys turns and gives a very warm smile over to Tio. as well as Cici.
Well, Geo kind of waves and looks a little bit caught off guard.
Theo's staring at Mirrium.
And Aldys takes a second to pause and think about his thoughts, and he turns over. We need unity more than ever. And if we show the world that we're able to solve this threat with a gentle hands and showing them that we are unity of both terra kind and beast kind, I believe the Vestosians will find it easier to ally themselves with us. We need their help. We cannot win a war on two fronts.
I understand. You've never stood us wrong before.
And he stands and he looks over to the clock as if counting the time, as if his days were numbered. He sighs. I've tried to be a good king. A fair one. But he trails off. You won't need to hear the musings of an old man. You'll be on your way. First, please stop by the quartermaster. He has some wares for you. Alright. So, with that, we switch over to this. One second, I'm going to change the music.
Do you want to say that as Cici is leaving, she does turn around and give a bow towards him? Very respectful.
A very respectful bow. Everyone, I would assume, give a final bow.
Salute bow out, yeah.
Yeah. Remind me, how old is what's the
Aldys. Aldys.
Not your character.
Aldys. That gets confusing.
Yeah, okay, so that was actually another question I was gonna have. Like, am I hearing that person's name correctly?
Yeah, you are.
So Albus, the king, I'll start referring to him as the king, and Aldys is Pico's character.
Okay, but does he have a last name or another name, and then we could just call him that as
yeah,
well?
Oh, he's gonna be Brightheart.
Brightheart? So
Brightheart.
King Brightheart. Yeah, King Brightheart is a lot. We'll stick with that in the future.
Yeah.
So how old is he? Remind me?
He's about 56, turning 57 soon. His reign in the last...
slightly older than me.
Yeah, slightly older than you. His reign in the last 30 years have been very, very fair. He is known as a just king, he is known as a good king, but he is also known as a kind-hearted and weak king by others. Aldys, a conspiracy to overthrow the king earlier before the war started, had wanted to replace the king with someone a little bit more militaristic. He had dismantled that single-handedly, although with the occasional help of Silas.
Speaking of Silas,
yes,
is there any way I can contact him?
Actually, you're about to meet him in the quartermaster's room.
Even better.
So the party is led by a few guards. Many of them know who Aldys is and know Mirrium, and you know some of them from your courses, Mirrium, although you know their faces, but you don't remember their names. There's so many names that go through. Several of them have taken many of your courses, and they revere you with respect and honor, and they give you a very firm salute, Aldys. Because some of them you might even know as you walk through the hallways, many of them have been vetted by you and your company. The Order of Whispers.
Yeah.
Small talk.
I barely even take notice of them. My mind's kind of just reeling, thinking about, like, okay, some kind of illithid aberration. Well, I see why they...
illithid aberration is definitely the right way to say it.
Yeah, well, I think that's why they asked me on this, but, like, so what's with that rock? Is that like a... I can do that, first of all. So,
yes.
Or at least with some effect.
It's
so,
on
like, transmuter stone. That's something I'm
familiar with. It's a transmuter stone, exactly, and that's why they asked you personally.
Or more colloquially, a philosopher's stone, right?
Yes, a philosopher's stone. Silas's notes, though, refer to it properly as a transmuter stone. Mm-hmm. He was definitely a keen mind. In which case, Tio and Cici, some of the guards, just you notice their heads looking at you as you walk through these hollowed halls. As you move forward. Do you respond?
No, Tio looks pretty, like, as out of place as an out of place person can look. Like, utterly humbled and, like, kind of confused. So he doesn't really notice the guards, and he just, like, kind of smiles and waves at them and doesn't really notice the expression.
Cici's just staring at everything on the walls.
They're adorned with kings of past. Many murals show the creation of the Sunspire Tower and Castle of Dawn.
Think of it a lot like her going like, ooh, shiny, shiny.
Yes, very, very shiny. Do you keep your hands to yourself, for the most part?
My hands are on Tio's shelf.
Ah, looking adorable. T-spicked. And eventually you meet yourselves in the guild hall. A short and stout female dwarf, Ziggle. Aldys, you would have talked to her before, and Mirrium, you would have seen her in passing, is on the table talking to Silas, who is pointing at a map of Dawncrest and pointing out some things. And Silas gives a wave over to Aldys and does a bow over to Mirrium, and
nod my head.
Yes. And says, well, I guess you're all here. You're done with the meeting with the king.
Yes.
And,
although, Silas, we need to talk later.
Sure. And he leans over, and he sees Cici and Tio, and he gives a little wave. I've heard of you two.
Hello.
My name is Silas, and he does a bit of a bow, a bit rigid, and says, well, I will leave you guys to Quartermaster. And you notice...
I bow back.
And,
yeah, that's it.
And Silas, you notice, Aldys would notice, Silas is getting his gear ready, as if he's going on another mission. I'll be outside. Once you're done with this, you can talk to me. I'll wait for you.
I nod to him.
And he opens the door and he leaves. And Ziggle says, oh, hello. Seems like you're here for some wares. And, alright, so it looks like you're going to Dawncrest, she says, and she points over to the map. So, with the war going on, there's not a lot of things I can give you, but what are some things you'd like to request? And here you guys can request potions and other scrolls. And I'm gonna do a roll and see if she has some of them in stock.
The potions be fantastic.
I don't really need anything. That's fine.
Yeah.
Are there any spell supplies you would like?
Sorry, what was that, Cici?
Actually, I do need to get some supplies for a spell.
Alright,
Should I get a potion?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Can we get some potions? Healing potions? That would be nice.
Oh, and I suppose a component pouch would be a good idea.
What pouch, sorry?
Component pouch.
One more time, can you say that? You cut out at the end.
I'm sorry, component pouch?
A components pouch, yes. Yeah, I assume this is for Mirrium, yeah?
I mean, I already have a components pouch.
Yeah, do you need another components pouch, Aldys?
I don't start with one, so yeah. Or I would have one, probably, actually.
In which case, let's say Ziggle...
Let's say I have one, I just needed to get, I needed to refill it.
Yeah, you refill it. And Ziggle says, yes, Paladin, yeah?
That's right.
And she kind of goes to behind the counter and takes out a small box and gives it to you, and there's all the refills. And you can either take the whole thing and only take the stuff that you need.
Didn't we talk about this, actually? Like, you were going to use your symbol instead of a components pouch. That was the whole... Part, yeah. Well, I mean, that was the whole... Okay, I just didn't know if you forgot about that conversation or not.
It's just
no, I remember.
Okay.
Right.
That's why you don't have a components pouch, at least. Because you only need one or the other.
And what about you, Mirrium?
Oh, I need 10 gold's worth of like herbs, charcoal.
We got
incense.
that. Actually, fresh in. Looks like our total friends have been going really good at that. And she kind of goes behind the counter and takes out a small box and gives it to you. Here you go. And you go ahead and get 10 gold's worth of supplies for that stuff.
Okay, I have a spell to cast later.
Yes. Alright, so, we don't have a lot of potions. However, let's see what I got. Okay, guys. First roll as a GM. This is how many? Wow!
Wow.
Nice.
Wow! Alright. So, oh, you're lucky. The alchemist just finished this batch. It's fresh, and it tastes a wee little bit like strawberry. And, she takes about 6 vials of just regular potions of healing and, places them on the table. I assume this is yours. You can, divvy it amongst yourselves as you see fit.
I take one, I open it up, and I start to drink it.
No, Cici, no, that's for later.
Oh,
what are you doing?
I put it back down on the counter.
That's for later.
You don't actually use it. It just it starts to take like so. Right, and now I'm going to do a 1d4 potion of greater healing and see how many she has there. All right, only 2. And it says, and you notice 6 of them are just regular healing potions, 2d4 plus 2. But 2d4 plus it is 2d4 plus 2, and the greater healing potions are 44 plus 2, I believe.
How
hey,
about
somebody's keyboard is getting picked up by their mic, by the way.
Yeah, it's Alex, actually.
No, I'm not typing right now. I'm
No,
flipping pages.
it's out, but it is Alex, actually.
And Alex.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. How about Pico and I take like 1 potion and 1 greater potion, and then the Mooney and Kent, you guys can take the
rest.
2 of
Yeah,
them.
that's a good idea.
That's
Actually,
fine.
it's kind of what I was going down to.
Oh,
Sorry for my mic picking up. I have a bunch of books that I'm reading through right now.
No, you were
That's what I
fine.
was hearing.
It was Mooney.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's alright. Alright, so, let's see if she has any specialty potions for you guys. Alright. Oh, 1d4. It's a 1, so that's gonna be a... Alright. So, well, there's one last thing here. If you want it, you can have it. She places a vial that is green in color, that seems to bubble a little bit despite it being completely still on the table. And it says, that one will give you resistances to poison. Use it as you see fit. That's the last potion we got.
Someone else can take that.
Alright, so who got what? So we got 2 of the greater healing potions gone to...
Pico and I
Raiders get
each...
to-
Yep. Pico and I
Okay.
each got 1 greater and 1 healing potion, and then
Okay.
Kent and Mooney both got 2 of the healing potions.
Alright, excellent. So a greater healing potion is going to be a 44 plus 2, and a regular potion is going to be a 2d4 plus 2. You guys have that? Let me write that
Okay.
down for you guys.
Yeah. I guess I'll take the poison resistance potion.
You probably get the lowest con save, which are what most poisons are.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Alright, so then I'm gonna write that down. You guys can have that in your inventory. And she says, it sounds like you guys are dealing with the Mind Flayer. We don't have a lot of things meant for against mind control and all that stuff. But I do have this. And she puts a scroll on the table. We only have 1 of them, but here you go. And it's a scroll of lesser restoration. So if you use it on someone that is like suffering a status ailment, it just you recover that status ailment.
Right, I'll take that
So-
as well.
Scroll rules, just to be clear,
Yes.
anyone can use a scroll as long as they can use magic, or how does that work?
Anyone can use a scroll, period.
Okay.
And it's used as
Oh,
an
is
action.
there no check if you're not a spellcaster?
There is no check if you're not a spellcaster.
Okay.
Anyone can use a scroll.
It's not counted as a magic item anymore.
As long as they can
No.
read whatever language it's written in.
Pretty much what it is that like they've made it kind of idiot proof. You open the scroll, you touch it, and it's touch and go.
Good, because the old scroll rules were stupid, thank you.
I don't know, it's kind of neat to like have the thief like trying desperately to read a scroll right in the middle of a fight, like fuck. This thing has a fireball on it, I just need the fireball, please.
I mean, you can still do that, you just do it.
That's true.
Well, anything else you guys need?
Oh, do you have any holy water?
Oh, well, let's see how much holy water we have. That's actually a pretty simple thing to get. Let's see. Checks. Oh, wait, no. And what was that, Cici?
Tia, what are they called? Throwing spears, javelins.
Javelins?
Why? Yes, we do. And she kind of goes back. She has like a cart of holy water and places it in. Here's some 6 holy water, recently ordained by the priest. And she smiles.
Thank you.
Hey, Alex.
And I put them in my pouch.
Yeah, what's up?
Can I ask you about a couple of the items that I have in my inventory here? That's
Yes.
where we're dealing with items already.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this? I have a royal writ.
Royal writs are, think of them like banknotes. You go to a legal trading company, and if you give to them, you just get 100 gold. And think of them like, so you don't have to carry around so much gold.
Money weighs a lot.
Money weighs a lot.
Or I could also just like barter with it too.
Yeah, you can barter with it, exactly. That's
Do
why
I need to
can't
keep
see it.
track of weight as well, since you mentioned that?
Not really.
Most of the things in my inventory here wouldn't have a lot of weight, I guess. It's just big stuff.
It's just only come with them. I have to keep track of mine because full plates.
And gold weight is already added, it seems.
Yes, gold weight is already added.
Because gold coins are heavy. Okay.
All right, let's see how many javelins they have on hand. So the base of 2. Hey, 8 javelins. And Zeagle goes back, and you see this like little tiny dwarf kind of hugging like 8 javelins, walking in. Oh, this is a little bit heavy, and like with a hug, and puts it on the table. And go ahead and add 8 javelins, and you have 8 javelins now, Cici. And javelins do 1d6, and have a
30, 120.
Range of 30 feet and a maximum range of 120 feet. Do you know how to add that to your character sheet?
Yeah, I'm doing that. What was the max range you said?
120. So just so you guys know, for ranged weapons, if it is within the first number, which is 30, you can roll it no problem. Anything between 30 and 120 feet will have disadvantage. Yep. So if you're within 30 feet and you throw the javelin, you're A-okay. But anywhere in between that, you're going to have trouble hitting. And you get 8 of those. And she gives you a nice little like little bag to put it in. So you can also add a sack if you want in your inventory. Alright. Any last requests?
Sacks are very important for getting treasure out of the dungeon.
Yeah, it's true. Alright, so with that, the party gets their remaining items and they leave. Aldys. You exit out the door and you see Silas kind of leaning against one of the walls, writing in his journal. And he looks up and he waves to you. Says, "You wanted to talk to me."
General Hightower came in earlier and spoke with the king.
That's never good.
Not at all. I read on his lips. Something about assassins.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone I said this, but he kind of leans in. I've been rummaging around the outskirts. That's why it took so long. The mission only took 2 weeks, but it took another 2 weeks. There are a lot of assassins in the Drakewood, in Gaussians. I tried to keep my distance. I don't think they saw me, but they're waiting for the king. The king is apparently going to the front lines. Everyone's saying against it, but the king is determined to be up there. I'm pretty sure Hightower was telling him not to go to the front lines again.
Well, who's going with him?
Well, obviously an envoy. I believe a bunch of Hightower scions are going with him. And Hightower himself.
Then he should be safe.
I hope so. Your father's doing well on the front lines, by the way.
That's good to hear.
I didn't have a chance to speak with him. But, they don't have an answer to your uncle yet. He's been doing well. And if you remember, your uncle is a, Griffin Rider.
Griffin Rider, yeah.
Let's hope that, well, ever since your family and the... Sorry, 1 second. Ever since Silverthorn and your family made it to the front lines, it's been a bit of a stalemate. We can't really push out, though. That's the concern.
Why would we even try to push out? Are they in our territory already?
Again, don't tell anyone I said this. They are.
I see why this is so important now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some more recon, so you might not hear from me in a couple weeks.
Very good.
Well, I might stop by Dawncrest too. Better report on my way back. And he kind of like puts his bag on his back, gives you a salute. Stay safe out there, Aldys.
You too, Silas.
Shit's going down real bad there. And he goes off. All right. This is where we start the actual campaign. Alright, so as you all head up to the entrance of the castle, you notice a bunch of very large creatures as they land. They're actually griffins.
Are those harpies?
No, they're like a bird, but also like a cat. Let's see when we get closer.
Can I
write up to the
Probably not.
One of the griffins notices your sigil, and he does the griffin version of a kneel, right, and lets you saddle on. And there are 4 in total. Do the other players take them, or do you just fly?
I mean, I was already just flying.
Yeah, you're floating in the air, but the griffin will follow along just in case you get tired.
I mean, I'm gonna take the ride if it's there, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, the ride is
Geo
there.
does not grasp the implicit implication that they should get on the griffins and ride them. He just thinks their next griffins are here to say hi or something. No one's telling him he has to get on the griffin, so he doesn't know anything.
Wait,
I look at Tio and I gesture plaintively to the griffin, like I sort of sweep out my hand toward it.
He looks confused.
I just look at Tio, look at Mirrium, look at Tio, look at Mirrium, look at the griffin.
Come, these will speed us along.
Okay.
And before you leave, you see General Hightower come out again. The king is not with him, but he has a little note and gives it open. Aldys, you're to ride here, and he points out a location about a month's ride. You'll meet up with the quartermaster there. You'll have a cart and some horses, and you'll ride the rest of the way. Normally, we would use teleportation magic, but with the nature of a mind flayer in the mix, you know how it is.
I understand that.
You might be able to hide from his gaze, but your party members will not. We're playing this one safe. I apologize for the road ahead.
Fair enough. Be safe, General Hightower.
Good luck. And he gives you a piece of paper, and which is just a bunch of instructions to the quartermaster there. And all right, the party flies off.
Oh man, we're teleported before.
Hey, look, Tio,
nice.
look, you could fly just like me now.
Yeah.
The party flies into the air, and about after a few hours of travel, because the griffins are fucking fast, you land in a town, a vassal town that is actually that is sworn fealty to the Dawncrests. You land and you get your cart, and Aldys is kind of, and everyone would notice it, but Aldys is kind of revered almost and respected. You stay at the nicest inn. All the accommodations are paid for. It's something that you're quite used to, Aldys.
Yeah, I paid no mind.
Right? But to everyone else, especially Cici and Tio, who have been mostly sleeping in forests and plains, being pampered is a bit of a strange feeling.
I don't think I would know what to do with the bed.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You would actually have a separate room from Tio.
Would Cici like make a nest out of all of the sheets in the room on top
There
of the bed?
is a good chance that I would make a nest out of all the sheets in the room.
There's like 100% chance that happens.
That definitely happens.
Oh
Jesus,
my goodness.
I hope the pillows aren't made of feathers.
I mean, that's a mad comfy nest though.
It's the nicest nest you've had in a long time.
Yeah, I've never had a nest this nice.
All right. So with that, the party moves in the cart, and a month later, after riding without much incident, remember the after effects of the Ever Summer Plains seep into the Valley of Songs. Every morning at around 7 and 8, you hear several winds that creep through the mountains, and the wind so calming and soothing, as if a song is being played. All this is something that's very familiar with. You've woken to this many, many times in the past. Cici and Tio, this is the first time you have been in the Valley of Songs. Meanwhile, Mirrium, you've gone on field research here several times, so you would know. A month passes, and you find yourselves in your cart of 4 horses near the entrance of Dawncrest.
Okay.
Oh, finally.
It's been a long time, and the 4 of you hop out of your carriage, and the gates are closed right now, and you see several guards standing on top. The flag of Hightower floats.
Hey, Alex, I would like to have done one thing on the trip here.
Yes, yeah, go ahead. What do you guys have done?
I got those components so that I could cast Find Familiar.
Yes.
I would like to summon
Absolutely.
a familiar for this.
So what's your familiar?
I would like to summon a viper, a small poisonous snake.
A small poisonous snake.
Tiny, I guess, if we're gonna get into
Do you have a
sizes.
name? Do you have its
I mean, well,
characteristics?
Find Familiar isn't like familiar is in in this system seem to not be like a specific sort of like this is your familiar, but like I am summoning a familiar. Like maybe I'll name it. I don't know. Well, we'll see.
That's up to you.
It's the same thing actually, because I'll find Steed as well for a warhorse.
Yep.
You summon one, and it like it's a different one each time.
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be probably, but
mine's a spirit, so it just becomes whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Familiars in this universe are they're creatures that come from an astral plane, and they can be the same thing or something different. That's up to you. And a viper,
yes, I would like a celestial viper.
A celestial viper, sure.
What?
Made of stars and light.
Yeah. The glittery scale.
I'll take a Fey warhorse because that sounds great.
Yeah, it's narrative. That stuff is narrative. In which case, the familiar will have. I gotta double check the health on him. I think it's like 5 health or something. If something negligible, will die in 1 hit. But
it says it right here.
Oh, does it? You can link it.
Beep beep beep. I mean, it's in the. Or I'll just click it. What am I doing, dude? What am I doing? Boop. I did it. It dominates the chat, but there you go.
Yeah,
there's the full text of the damn spell.
And I can do mine next.
All right. I think it has hit points equal to your level.
Actually, no. I wanna make a face snake.
Yeah, what, a face snake? Yeah,
that seems actually more on brand.
Yeah, a face snake. All right. Anyways,
it's got like tiny vestigial wings.
Aww.
All right. With that, you see several guards posted on top, vigilant. Identify yourselves.
I fly up and introduce myself.
Whoa, no.
Right,
No. I put a hand on your shoulder. Like, no.
Cici starts to float up and fly with her winged arms, and some of the guards kind of like twitch a little bit. But after Tio's and Aldys's intervention, Cici is unable to do that.
Do they just like grab her by the feet, catch her before she goes up?
You guys just grab me by the feet and hold me down?
Nope.
I mean, you guys can try. Do you want to try and resist that, Cici? That's up to you.
No, I'm not going to try to resist it. It's just,
okay.
They asked us to introduce ourselves. Isn't it polite to do it face to face?
That's not to approach watchmen.
No, they're guards. They don't want you to come up to their face right now. Maybe later.
Tio, this place is unfriendly.
It's okay. They're scared. It's fine.
All right. I am Aldys Dawncrest, the scion of House Dawncrest. I flashed.
Hi, I'm Tio, and this is Cici.
So as soon as they hear Aldys and Dawncrest, they completely ignore everyone else. One of them, he stands up and perks up, and actually, I'm going to do a roll to see how well they handle this, and they handle it pretty well. One of them runs up and whispers into the other guard's ear, and the other guard, he seems to run down along this way, up to the keep. And a few moments pass, and the portcullis opens, and the gates open, and you see 4 gentlemen walk up. One of them is a sergeant. He dresses in different armor. He wears the color of House Hightower. 1 second, which is... One of them is carrying a banner. It is a brown bear in a field of black. He walks over.
Tio, it's another bear.
And says, "You say that you are Aldys."
I do.
"My name is Kunal." And he lifts his head off, and it's a male elf. And it says, "May I see your identification?"
I produce the appropriate papers and pedigrees.
He looks.
Probably just have a seal.
Yeah, you do have a seal. You have all that on you. Aldys has it on him.
Yep.
I did not expect the scion of... we did not expect the scion of a greater house to grace us with your presence.
Well, I'm traveling through to the front.
The front is... And you would remember that...
I understand where it is.
Can you make a persuasion check for me, please?
Yeah, I can't do that.
Alright. GM roll, bitches. All right. You rolled a nat 20. So, he says, no, the front is on the eastern side. No matter, you are a High Lord, or soon to be. We'll put you at an inn that is suitable for your station.
Very well, and if you don't mind me saying, I would watch your words about soon. Poor choice.
And he bites his lip a little bit. My deepest apologies, Lord Aldys. And he turns and he goes back into the gates, leaving the party to do what they want.
Lord, I can't tell if that was a slight or not.
I don't understand. You seem nice.
Yes, very nice. Let's go.
Wait, are you a lord?
You would still be a lord. You're not a High Lord until you are actually the head of the house. You're still technically a lord.
Yeah.
But yes, Aldys is a lord.
No, that would be Cici asking him.
Well, some would call me that.
Cici just kind of goes and hides behind you.
All right. The party continues in. All right, so if you take a look in your journals, you'll have all the points of interest on the Dawncrest points of interest.
Oh, neat.
I want to visit the overgrown Tombwood. That sounds great.
Yeah, we're not going there.
You can take spend the next little bit exploring the town if you'd like.
I will be right back.
Okay. So Aldys, the inn that they had suggested as one of them, as you come in, one of them suggests the Brightness Inn. Brightness is I guess a very high-end 4 or 5 star inn. You're more than welcome to stay there. The other inn that doesn't cost so much is the Sleepy Willen Inn, all the way over here on the far western side. It's a bit secluded, but it's homey. It's up to the party.
Yeah, brightness, and it is. Are you kidding?
You'll have to pay for your own coin this time, though.
No big deal.
All right.
What time of day is it actually? Because I'm probably gonna go there and like.
It's about 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm gonna head there and drop off my stuff.
Oh yeah, we should get our rooms before we do anything else.
Pardon?
Yes, the Brightness Inn should suffice for lodgings for now.
Yeah, let's get some rooms.
Okay. So just wait for Tio to get back. Okay.
Valenheim's kind of an uppity lord anyway.
Oof. You're more than welcome to do a history check to know who Valenheim is.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know if I need to do that or not yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and see what I know about him.
I bet I know something.
I think my character's more on the Fuck Hightower side.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's a hell of a roll, huh?
I'm pretty sure that roll is like the same as mine.
Yeah, no, it's, I mean,
value's the same.
Valenheim is a name that you both heard in passing. You would only really much know him as a vassal of Hightower, which is one of the greater lords. You would know that he has been head of Dawncrest for a while, and that he usually deals with Vestosian traders.
Not the most sympathetic to our cause.
Right. No, definitely sympathetic. Vestosia and
Vestosian traders. Sorry.
Yeah, Vestosian, not Negatian. Vestosian. But anyways, the party makes their way over to, I assume, the Brightness Inn. So
I definitely do. I don't know about.
Mooney back?
Yeah, Mooney is back.
Yes, hello.
The Brightness. Oh well, you can explain Alec.
There's two inns in town. One of them is a little bit further on the outskirts, but costs a lot less and a lot more rustic and homey. Is the Sleepy Willen Inn, and the other is the Brightness Inn, which is the 5-star hotel of this area. So, how does the party go? Proceed.
I follow Tio.
Tio probably follows Aldys.
So the whole party ends up at the Brennan's Inn. It is a 3-story three-story high building with a marble entrance and with very sturdy oak building. And you notice there's a soft sense of lavender ever so slightly creeping out of it as the party walks closer and closer. And let me just you go into the Brightness Inn, which is right over here, actually. All right. You come in and you notice there are some dignitaries of Estosia already here. They're sitting in the lounge, talking amongst themselves in their signature green robes, silken robes, and there's 2 elves and a dwarf speaking quietly in a corner. And the party is introduced by, one second, a young man dressed in very fine clothing. He is in a butler's outfit. He's standing behind the counter. His name is Thare, and let me write that down.
Please.
It's written there, but pronounced Thare. Hello, my name is Thare. You may know me as the master of butlers in this house. May I get you all a room?
Yes, please.
Yes, how many am I to be signed for? How many rooms?
I look back at everyone else.
How many rooms do you guys want?
I mean, I expect
Is there
my
3
own
or 4?
room.
Can we
Yeah.
share a room, Tio?
Sure, we can share a room.
Right.
Sounds like 3.
Yes. Would you like special accommodations for the beastkin?
Is that not already provided?
Will be
No, I mean yeah, but there's different rooms for that.
Hold. Of course we would.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
okay. You don't have to go to any trouble for us.
Nonsense. That's their job.
And
I'm sorry for the trouble we've requested. I kind of hide behind Tio more.
No, it is our pleasure. How many nights will you be staying?
Let's do 3. I may extend, but for now 3.
3. Excellent. That'll be 3 rooms a night, so 1 with special accommodations. That'll be 17 gold per night. How will you be paying?
I plop down a big sack of gold coins.
Alright, so 15 times 2 is 45, plus 6 is 51 gold altogether.
For one night?
It's
3
3
nights.
nights. 3 nights
3
altogether.
nights. Okay, yeah.
So, Aldys, you take some coin. Do you just pay 51 gold right off the bat? Yeah. Excellent, master. All right, and he takes it and says, I will show you 2 rooms. And he shows you to the rooms, and there are a bunch of maids, and definitely very upper class, this entire establishment. You get what you pay for. Very expensive. The meals are fantastic. But you notice a lot of the townsfolk very on edge. Actually, hold on. The butler is going to do roll to see how well he is able to stay composed in front of... Wait, no. What is your passive insight, Aldys?
Passive insight. 1 moment. That would be a 15, I believe.
Alright, so you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. So, but from the butler himself...
Sorry, just to make sure, passive insight, that's going to be just 10 plus insight score?
Yes, but you do have, your...
I have observe him, but that's only for perception and investigation. That doesn't do insight.
Okay,
actually.
no, not insight. Okay, never mind. So that's the case. Your passive insight is just your score. So you have 15 passive insight.
Yes.
Just remember that, okay? With that, you don't notice anything, but a lot of the maids and the other house hands seem very on edge as the party kind of walks through.
I kind of bow to each one as we pass one. Making it take
That would
longer.
take a while. That would take a while.
Exactly.
You pass through like 20 people.
Tio doesn't stop her. He wants to encourage her to be polite and friendly.
And it takes a while because every time Cici does bow, the butler waits and stops for every single one. After about 15 minutes, eventually, you make it up to the 3rd floor and you're shown your rooms. All these are accommodations you're used to. Very much like the high class that you're accustomed to in Mirrium. A bit more bourgeois than what you're used to, but you're used to it. And Tio and Cici, you're led into a room decorated with gold and pretty plates and brilliant colored robes and draperies. There is a small tub, not small, like a pretty medium-sized tub of water meant for the turtle, and there's a nice perch for the harpy, which they think is an Aarakocra. So it's a little bit bigger than what you're used to, if used to at all. So those are your rooms.
Wow.
Is there a window?
There is a window, yes.
It can be opened, right?
Yeah, it can be open.
She opens it and just perches looking out.
Alright, so it has a very nice view of the road and all the townsfolk moving in to and from their day. Several of the townsfolk, they do look up and they notice, like, what is that? And they realize it's the brightness in, and they go on, carry about their business. Several children say, hey, look, what is that? It's a bird. It's a girl bird. It's a woman bird. And,
I wave.
You wave, and they chuckle, and the kids seem to be at ease, but you notice there's a general air of just anxiety. You can't put your finger on it. Just anxiety. So, time passes, and the party kind of, a few hours pass, and after a meal and rest...
And bathing.
And bathing. Yes, a long bath. You're given the whole treatment. 3 servants, and a tub of warm water adorned with roses and lavender.
A full plate makes you sweaty.
Yeah, it does. Time passes, and it's about the evening. What does the party do?
Chio asks the butler why there's flowers in his tub.
That is for your comfort, sir. If you want, we can take it.
I don't eat flowers. I don't understand.
He doesn't know how to respond. Would you like us to remove it?
No, it's fine. I don't want to make... No, it's fine.
And he says...
cut on to that, like, saying he doesn't want to make more work for them, just makes them do more work.
Yeah, exactly. And so the butler says, no, not at all. Snaps, and like 6 maids come in and clean your tub and leave it just with the pristine mineral water. If you need anything else, let me know.
Oh,
you're at your service.
I'm kind of cowering in the corner seeing that.
Yes. It's about 6 in the evening, and what does the party do?
I'm just sort of been getting like my room set up as a sort of like home away from home, like research base, getting all my books laid out.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of bags. I mean, that's what I've been doing.
Yep. What about Aldys? After the bath?
I'm gonna go downstairs and carouse and see if I can pick up anything suspicious that the dignitarians are talking about.
You're gonna talk to them specifically?
Talk to them Well, yes, but not bluntly and not directly.
Alright, so...
I'm poking the bear, man. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, see if they let slip about any nasty rumors or anything related to what we were doing.
Alright, what about, everyone else?
Tio would eventually get too uncomfortable in his accommodations and, like, wander outside and start walking along the river.
Alright, you can go ahead and do that.
I walk alongside Tio. More of actually hopping at this point.
Hey, Alex, I can't move my character.
Gomenya, sorry.
Beep, beep. Yay.
There you go.
Make her a drawing, please.
Alright. Yeah, is drawing. There we go.
Thank you.
Alright, so with that, and let me just go ahead and add this too.
Oh no.
Okay!
No, she's not dead yet.
Oh, I'm just messing with things, I'm sorry.
Alright, so Aldys, go ahead and you come down, and the 2 elves and the dwarf are kind of now over by the tavern drinking very expensive wine. Wine that you know that top shelf would cost 10 gold per bottle.
Before I approach them, I'm gonna see if I can pick up on what they're talking about. I can understand Sylvan and Dwarven.
Yes, you can. First, can you make a stealth check for me, please?
Sure.
Wow, natural 20. Right.
What?
Right, so you're able to you kind of like get the lay of the room, and you stand behind the door, and you can appear around. They don't notice you. They're too engrossed in their drink and food to see you. And go ahead and roll your insight now to see what they're saying.
More importantly, I'm also not in my full plate.
Yeah,
that's kind of too obvious.
Yep. What are you wearing? Just your fine clothing?
Traveler's clothing right now. No, you don't put that on yet.
Okay, so you put traveler's clothing right now. So go ahead, roll your insight. All right, excellent. Hey. So you wait for a few minutes, and you kind of get the idea. And 1 second, just putting on the jacket. It's getting a little cold in my room. Ugh.
You already got my blanket.
All right. Okay. All right. The two elves, one male, one female. One of them, his name is. Let me type it down. One of the elven's name is Ralphfire, and the female is Catherine. They speak about their time here. They've been in this inn for about 3 months, bored out of their mind. You wait for a few minutes, and the dwarf says, "Hush. You need to be careful. We're here on business. Remember that." And the dwarf's name is Jerry, but spelled with a G. He's special. So Jerry says, "We're here to scout things out, all right? So I know we're here. I know we're bored. I don't want to go back home, but soon enough, the investor will come, and we'll be able to leave." And two elves seem to complain at that thought. They talk about their nails. They talk about the food. They talk about the whores that they banged the other night. But for the most part, they seem completely uninterested.
Scout things out, huh?
Yes, that's what you heard. What do you do? You poke the bear?
Yeah, I'm gonna poke the bear, man.
Alright, so Aldys creeps out from his corner and walks in, and while we do that, we switch the camera over to Tio and Cici.
Yeah, so her, just correction there.
Sorry, my bad.
It's fine. It just may confuse players.
Yes. Alright, so we head over to the docks where Cici and Tio both are walking along the sandy pathway. It's
I'm
like,
wading in the water if I can.
Yeah, you're standing in the water about shallow, about a foot deep, or a talon or claw deep in water right now for you. And it's cool. It's a very familiar feeling of water. You've been away from this for a very long time, a couple months, the longest you've been in a while. Tia, what are you doing?
Tia's walking along the river, and he's kind of 50% like looking around for like people he can talk to, and 50% looking for fishing spots. It's been a while since he's fished in the river, so he's really excited about that.
Yep.
But also he wants to like find people he'd be a bit more comfortable with. See if he can find out, you know.
All right.
You are right on the dock there.
Yeah, you are at the dock, and there is going to be a fisherman that is going to be nearby. All right. A male elf. Kind of hard to tell its age, though. They all look young, between the ages of 100 and 200. But an elf rows in his book, book. Rows in his boat, his angler's hat, and pulling it close to shore, and sees Cici. A bit caught by surprise, but because of the area, they deal with a lot of beastkin a lot. And he says, "Howdy, hope you have a good night."
And, hey there. And I kind of take a step forward and I kind of crane my neck to see what he's got. Like, how are they fighting today?
Well, they're doing pretty good. I got a nice catch. I'm in the market tomorrow after being on ice. And his hands kind of flicker as some cold erupts from it. Says, "Got a special technique. You know, no one.
Wow.
A lot of the better fish come late at night, but no one really knows how to keep them preserved. But I have a trick up my sleeve." And he smiles. "These are fresh. Would you like any?"
Oh yeah. What have we got here? Oh, we got some...
he pulls the boat to shore, and there's about 100 fish, and they're pretty large, nice salmon, and he gives them, and he says, "Well, in the house. It's been a while since I've seen people around the river. It's very tense in town lately."
Yeah, everyone seems a bit on edge. Oh, hey, this one looks really good. And Gio's like picking out like not the best fish, because obviously he wouldn't do that. That would be pretty presumptive. But like a really nice one, and like the guy can probably tell that he like knows his way around fish.
Can you make a what would it be? Animal handling check, please?
This guy, he knows his fish.
He knows his fish.
You get advantage.
Well, he knows his fish.
You know, he knows his fish, but like the thing is, you're specifically choosing the ones that are fair. And I'm doing this because the man notices this. He doesn't say anything. His eyes perk up a little bit. And by the way, Cici, you're there too. Your talons are in the water. Would your friend like any?
Cici, do you want a salmon? We can probably share one.
We can share one if you don't mind. I don't want to take any.
He kind of hop over from the water, and he brings in, it's always nice late at night fishing. It's very quiet. And he introduces himself.
Could we join you?
Well, I still gotta put my boat away, but I can wait a little bit. Nice company on a nice night.
Tell you what, how about we help you put those away, and we can
I can't do that
together. No?
It's my job.
Oh, come on, it's fine. We'll roast the salmon together later.
And he kind of looks to the side and says, "Alright. It's been a while since I had some good hospitality in this town." And helps you grab the boat and brings you to one of the docks and gets into a little section meant for him. Let's see. Alright. He introduces himself as Raffin. Male elf.
Can you write that out for me, please?
Yes. 1 second. He's lived in this town for about 100, 150 years. He actually moved here from Vestosia. A lot simpler in these parts. He talks about the fish, and after some, he gives you some salmon. And you all sitting by the docks, just enjoying a night. What do you say to him?
I ask him what he means by people being tense.
He says, "Well, Wallenheim's fallen a bit ill lately, and the town's not really sure what to do about it. It's been like this for a few weeks."
Was anything weird happening, like, a couple of weeks ago when it all seemed to start? Like, did you notice anything?
Nothing. The town seemed pretty normal, actually, and trade was good. Although, kind of trails off a little bit. Although it has been a little bit more restricted as of late. You can't go into the forest so much anymore. Wallenheim says that they're doing some interesting things with the town. I hope he does alright, but since he's been ill, a lot of the folk have been very on edge. The guards have been on edge too.
So that's why you shouldn't go flying up to any guards.
Yes, Tio. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm not upset. I just don't want you to get hurt.
Thank you.
Well, with that, it is getting late. I have a wife and child I gotta go back to. And, he puts all the fish in a cart, and he goes, "I hope you two have a good night."
You too. Give your family my best.
Thank you for the fish. And I do a bow towards him.
Alright. So, we turn the camera over to Mirrium. Mirrium, you're in your room, I assume just writing and all that stuff, doing your scholarly work, yes?
I'm putting the last touches on my journal entry for today, yeah, and then I'm about to head down and get some wine because I could use it.
Yeah, so you head down for some wine, and as you head down, you notice all this approaching. The Vestosian ambassador, or not ambassadors, I shouldn't say them, an Vestosian envoy that the party had noticed earlier. Aldys, you walk up. What do you say?
I look over at the barkeep and I raise my hand for service.
Yes, my lady.
Why don't we give these folks the best on the house?
The best. And with that, the ears perk up of the Vestosian elves once again. The elves are Ralphire and Catherine. Gary, though, seems a bit tense. So, well, there is that dwarven spirit that came in. Fresh. 25 gold.
I look at them. Sound good?
And is, the two elves are caught back by surprise. Before they can respond, Gary says, "We can't trouble you too much. We have our own, thank you very much."
Nonsense. It's no trouble at all.
I'm gonna slide into the seat next to Aldous. Aldous, I heard you were buying.
Mirrium. Fantastic. Always here to leech off me, I see.
I click my beak.
Alright, go ahead and do a persuasion check for me, please.
Oh, you bet.
Advantage?
You get advantage because of the, one, because of Mirrium, and two, because of, what's the word?
How does that work? What do you get when you already have advantage in this?
So advantage means...
You get it or you don't.
So advantage is just generally a thematic and narrative mechanic where if you get get something that helps you out, or if it's a mechanic specifically, you roll twice and you take the higher of the two rolls.
I guess more my question is how does the system handle multiple bonuses?
You get one.
You get one.
You get one.
But
okay.
Not only that, but there's DCs like difficulty checks that I know that I'm slightly lowering or hiring depending on what you guys do.
That makes sense.
Advantage cancels out disadvantage, so you could do something where you get like 2 disadvantages but have 3 advantages, so you'd have advantage.
Alright, it balances out, right?
Yeah. So anyways, you get advantage because of Mirrium, they're helping you, and 2, your DC is lowered because you're getting the good shit.
And you said that was how much?
25 gold.
Perfect. All right.
So you slap 25 gold on the table and you roll 22, and it's a really good roll. And Gary is pursed-lipped, and you see Ralphire, one of the more flamboyant elves, turns over and says, "Oh, well, let's have a good night. It's been a while since we had a good night. Isn't that right, Jerry?" And Jerry kind of like huffs and kind of wiggles around in his seat. All right. But if you both end up drunk in the river, I ain't pulling you out.
Don't worry, I'm a good swimmer.
Excellent! And Catherine, her eyes lighten up. Catherine is an elf, a wood elf. You notice there's a bit of a darker tinge to her skin. She has brown brunette hair that she lets flows down on her silken robes that fit her body very well. Rothfire is a short-cut, scraggly. Normally he'd be styling his hair. You notice there's some marks of styling, but it's been a while since he's been around company underneath that. But his sparkling amber eyes twinkle at the light as the dwarven spirit is placed before you. And the bartender looks and puts down 5 cups.
All the elves are fuckboys, got it.
My favorite.
I mean, same.
So all of you enjoy a drink. And what do you say?
No, I'll strike up, you folks are a long way from home.
Oh, is it that obvious? Ah, yes, Vistosians. Look, we're here just friendly. You don't have to worry, alright?
Oh, there's the thought. I'm a visitor as well. I flashed the yes signet. I don't know if they know what that means, but just in case
the two elves do not. The two elves do not. Jerry, sorry. I gotta remember myself.
Jerry.
Gary the Jerry, that's what they call me.
Jerry, his eyes narrow. Your passive insight, you notice right away. His eyes kind of like twitch a bit, seeing that the two elves have no idea who the fuck you are. And Jerry stands up and says, "Lord." And
oh, please, we're not here.
The two stands up, and they in hearing you say, "We're not here," they kind of look at you nervously, and they sit down. The atmosphere's changed a little bit. You notice Jerry hasn't touched his spirit at all. And Ralphire kind of takes the spirits and pours him another bit of a sip for himself, his hands slightly shaking. Jerry says, "You notice the elves..."
Hold on, I gotta compose myself. Hold on 1 second.
Just that statement.
Jerry is the worst dwarf.
That's a pretty good statement, just out of context. Like, that's a good adventure hook on its own, actually.
Jerry,
fertile ground.
Yeah, I'm trying to make the world feel alive. I hope I'm doing a good job with that.
Yeah,
so far, so good, man.
Yeah, so, Jerry, you notice the two elves, they stop talking, They kind of like turn to Jerry every time you have a question, and Jerry says, "So, what is a potential High Lord doing down here?"
Well, do you want to know the truth? We're looking for trouble.
All right, so
God damn it!
can you roll a deception check for me, please?
Is that deception though?
I mean, I'm not lying.
You're okay.
Well, I guess there's no bluff, and so deception's bluffing too.
Yeah, it's kind of a...
That's definitely a bluff.
Persuasion is narratively.
Persuasion is good faith, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Deception is more
fair.
like
That's fair. Okay.
you're kind of like leading a conversation somewhere, or trying to turn the conversation. And Jerry does not seem fazed by this at all, and it says, the choices of the crown do not really affect us. However, I would like to remind you that ambassadors are coming through, and we want no trouble. We already have to deal with Ingashans. We don't want to deal with you either. And like the mood sets, and Rawfire kind of like tries to lighten him. Come on, Jerry, we're just having a drink here. Please, let's just listen, relax. All right, we're off the clock. And Jerry says, the both of you can continue. And he takes a look at the spirit. He thinks about drinking it, but he stands up and he leaves. You can have it, Catherine. Sorry, you can have it, Catherine. And he walks away.
I look at Mirrium. Do you have a, can you scry?
I'm afraid my purview is more in the art of transmutation. Scrying is never my strong suit.
It was that other fella that was the divination expert, wasn't it? His name escapes me. Anyway, let me entertain our friends here, and well, you're welcome to stay too.
And it says, you'll have to apologize for Jerry. He's always a consummate professional. But yes, we have the spirits. Let's drink. Let's have fun.
Hey, and, Alex, I'm going to sort of like lean over in my seat and like slip my arm down under the table. And I'm going to let my snake like uncoil around from where he is, like sort of on my shoulder.
Okay.
So I can share information with my familiar. I'm just going to order it to follow the dwarf.
Oh, good thinking.
All right.
And so, it has to be. It's going to try to be sneaky and not get stepped on.
Yeah, it's going to try and be sneaky and not get stepped on. It's going to have a pretty high stealth check that I'm going to roll. I'm going to tell you. You can look through the eyes of your familiar, but the thing is that you become catatonic when you do that.
That's fine. I don't need to do it right now.
That's what the drink is for.
Yeah,
that's what the drink is for. So, like, Mirrium can pretend to pass out while you go through your eyes of the snake, for example.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, it's not like fully catatonic, is it? It's like
you still have your sense of feeling, but you're blind, and you like the.
Oh yeah, then I just like stare off. I'm just not paying attention to what's happening around me.
It's kind of like you're staring into space. Yeah.
All right. So Mirrium stares off into space, or you tell the order of to your snake. It rattles out of your hands. It's going to do a stealth check. I'd say it's about pretty high. Let's do a +7. That seems fair for his stealth check. 12. Okay. It didn't roll too great. But the snake uncoils from your arm and it slithers across the ground, following the dwarf. He seems to go upstairs. And the snake goes up, and the dwarf keeps walking, and he goes into his room. It's on the second floor. It's not as nice as the rooms that you had, and he closes the door, and the snake is outside the door. Do you tell it to go inside, or do you want to wait outside?
I wanted to like peek its head in, take a look.
The door is closed right now.
Is there no gap between the bottom of the door and the floor?
There is a gap. Right?
Yeah, we'll peek
that'll be another stealth check. Alright, so it's going to make another stealth check. This time I'm trying to peer its head underneath. Wow! Maybe I should let you roll. Yeah. I shouldn't be rolling this. You should.
Let the player roll.
Okay,
let the player roll.
Fine.
I'm sorry about that. It's a +7 to your 1d20. I shouldn't roll this.
You want me to roll for this right here?
Yep. Yep, 1d20 plus 7. I'm gonna cancel this roll because, Alright, well, that's better. Alright. The head of the snake appears under the door, and you notice the dwarf, huffing and puffing. There's a piece of paper that he writes, takes a quill, writes it in, rolls it up, takes a light from the candle, places it under the whatever is written, and a little spell appears from his hand.
Is there anywhere like a piece of furniture nearby the door that the snake can just dart to?
Yes, there's a couple chairs and then a couple places that it can hide. Alright, so it slithers and it stays inside the room. Do you just want to keep it there for now?
Yeah, and I'll just periodically check back in there.
Okay. Alright, so we head back over to Cici and Tio, who had just enjoyed company with the kind gentleman. I think his name was Muffin. Right. The two of you are by the river. You're fishing. You've caught a few nice fish. It's just as the gentleman said. The fish come out later at night. Tio and Cici, what are you doing?
Tio's really wishing he could do that little ice trick that the guy did. He's also thinking about what he said about Lord Dawncrest.
Yeah, Cici's like, Tio, maybe we should go and cure him. Like you did with me that one time I was sick.
Maybe. We could see if we can go visit him. It's kind of late, though. I don't know if they'll let us in. We should maybe wait for tomorrow morning or something. He's rubbing his little turtle chin, having a little turtle thought.
Cici lets out a yawn.
We should get you to bed. You're getting pretty sleepy.
So the both of you start walking away from the riverbank, and you notice a lady. Ponytail, brunette, brown hair, glasses. Standing behind one of the walls close to the docks. Her eyes, the glasses shine a light. You can see. And she kind of... she wants to approach you. She's very nervous.
Hello? I kind of wave at her. Would you like some of our fish? They're fresh grilled.
No, but you're from the capital, right?
Well, we did just come from there. I'm not really from there, and neither is Cici. But, I mean, we've been there.
You're here for Volanheim, right?
Maybe?
I've seen things. Can we talk privately?
Yeah, Cici, how about you go back to your room and I'll meet you in there?
But I want to...
Alright.
Yay!
I'm gonna take her, out back to the river, like behind a little wall. I'm
gonna kind of perch up high where I can see, but I'm still within earshot.
Alright, go ahead and roll a perception check, Cici. Right. You gotta perch up high, your eyes scan around. No one seems to be watching.
Alright, so Tio kind of sits on the ground. He motions for the girl to sit down across from him. And he offers her a fish again, and she kind of doesn't accept no until she's like holding it in her hands and says, well, what's your name?
My name is Yselle. My husband, he's a guard. He says there are strange things happening. I'm honestly scared. He's saying, he told me to come to you guys. You've been talking to town, people from the capital, to meet with him.
What did he want you to tell us?
Well, he says he's going to be here, and she opens up a small scroll, which is like a very poorly drawn map of the area, but you can tell where it is. But somewhere off to the outskirts of the town, there's a forest, and there's a old tower. She says, my husband told me to meet you there. He has very important information about Volanheim.
When?
I guess tonight. I've been looking for you. I think I found you. You're the ones from the capital, yes?
Yep, that's us.
Are you alone? Is there only two of you?
No, there's some others of us. I can go get them if it make you feel better.
Well, sure. I'm really nervous.
You're doing great. I'm really proud of you.
And
I say to Tio, do you want me to go get the others right now?
Yeah.
All right.
I fly up towards the end to get them.
All right. So a few moments pass, and Aldys and Mirrium, Mirrium ever so checking on the room every few or so moments. You notice the dwarf has not really done much. He is scribing a lot in the journal. The eyes actually. Go ahead and roll perception to see if your snake can see it. I'm gonna say it's a +6.
Okay.
I'll double check the rules after this, but for now, let's just go through for this.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a 16. You notice that it's harder to tell with the smaller text, but to the Vistosian ambassador is at the very top there, and you notice the scribe kind of going back and forth, but you know that this letter is going to the Vistosian ambassador, and he rolls it up. He opens the door, and his hands stick out. A hawk appears magically in his hands and says, "Take this," and attaches the note to Hawk's little leg, flies off into the night. Back to Aldys talking to Ralphfire and Cathlon. It's not really too revealing.
No, I'm showing them a good time, man. They're Vistosians.
Yeah, they're Vistosian. You are showing them a very good time. Right? You talk about all the stuff. You tell them some stories. They tell you some stories. But for the most part, it's just a bunch of prissy, high-class gentlemen talking about stuff at a bar.
Yeah, after that happens, I'll just dismiss the snake. It goes back into a little pocket dimension until I need it.
Yep, your pocket dimension, and you notice this feeling in your mind that it's there.
Yep.
And a few moments pass, and you see the door open, and you notice Cici. And Cici, what do you do?
I wave to Mirrium.
Oh, I excuse myself immediately upon seeing Cici. I'm not. This is a fun
and try to beckon them to come over.
And it says, "Oh, you're going already? Well, please, we need to pay you back for the spirits."
Nonsense. Consider it a gift.
Ralphfire, who had expected that answer, obliges, and says, "Excellent. Well, I hope to see you around town." And they continue on their little thing. Again, I apologize for Jerry. He is dreadfully dull.
I know how dwarves can be. Though, he didn't drink. That's quite odd.
Yes, he prefers to be at the height of his senses at all times. Again, dreadfully boring.
I don't know. There's a certain charm to it.
And with that, they bid adieu, and you head over to Cici. What do you tell them?
I tell them that there's this lady that's by the dock that wanted to meet with all of us about some information, and that we need to meet someone tonight.
Tonight?
Tio told me to come and get you guys. It sounded urgent.
Sounds sketchy.
It is. She mentioned she's seen stuff.
We'll meet this person first. Let me get dressed.
I mean, I'm already as dressed as I'm gonna get, so...
I'm assuming this is your cue to put on your plate armor?
Yeah, give me 10 minutes.
Alright, so about 15 minutes...
And 3 servants.
You call, and there's just... At once, my lord. And you go upstairs, and they dress you, and you notice that the 3 of the squires take your armor, and some of them are actually quite marveled. They've never seen this fidelity of just craftsmanship before. The plate, the griffin, especially the sword, as one of them offers to polish it with oils and fresh...
But you will not touch that.
Yes, of course, my lord. And continues to dress you in your plate armor.
Magic can take your finger right off.
And the butler doesn't even question this. Says, "You will be back. Would you like anything on your return?"
Make the beds.
Understood. And does a snap, and they go. And right. So I'm assuming all the stuff you have prepared is you have prepared.
Let me check real quick. And
yeah, my trident wouldn't leave me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Yep.
So all of you head over to the docks, and let me just bring your characters over. And it's shift and hold, right?
Mm-hmm. Yay!
I'm learning, my guys. I'm zoomed in just a little bit. Let me just real quick get her token so you guys can see. Oh, she's not that big, I promise.
Oh no.
It's a giant.
It's a giant. Oh, that's a new encounter, guys.
Oh my god, it's a giant nerd.
Giant nerds!
So Yselle introduces herself, and she's very nervous, and she's clutching this, and she's constantly fiddling with her wedding ring, and says, "Are these the rest of you? I'm so sorry to trouble you that night."
This is all of us. You're doing great.
You brought us out here. What do you want?
I'm sorry. And she kind of reclines a little bit, and kind of almost stands behind Tio.
I kind of glare because that's my spot.
Exactly, right in your spot.
It's okay. I know she's a little scary, but she's nice.
Yeah,
She's kind of big, so it's fine.
I kind of hold out my hands like, calm down here, dear. We're here to help.
I go and I fly up and perch again to look out.
All right, you don't really notice anything, and Yselle says, I heard that you have come into town. My husband, he works as a guard for the Wallenheims. He says he has information for you. I'm sorry, he didn't really tell me what.
Insight.
Go ahead, roll your bullshit meter.
I'm gonna aid with that.
Yeah, you get advantage. So Mirrium, both of you.
Oh yeah, by the way, whenever I'm aiding, I can use my history skill to get an additional bonus.
Yeah, right, so...
I can make...
Would it apply here? Let me read through that again.
It's when I take the help action, I can make another ability check. Sorry, it's ability check, specifically.
This is, I think
skill
checks are ability checks.
I don't know if that's a distinction. Okay.
No, because if you don't have the proficiency, then you.
Oh yeah, because right underneath it, the way it says it is intelligence history. Okay,
yes,
sure.
So this is insight. So you can aid because you're proficient in it, but you cannot use that feat specifically.
Then, okay.
Hold on.
It doesn't really stipulate that.
It becomes a problem.
Yeah, it doesn't really stipulate in any. It seems to be when you're helping.
There are a couple things we're going to talk to Alex about, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So for now, I'm just going to say get advantage, which she rolled 21. You look at her, and she's definitely very nervous. The fact that she's playing with her wedding ring a lot kind of signifies the relationship that she is really close with her husband, but she seems to be telling the truth. There doesn't seem to be any malice behind her words.
I'll approach her and put a hand on her shoulder. Calm yourself.
And the feeling of plate on her shoulder kind of makes her stiffen a little bit, but she relaxes.
And take us to him.
All right. Says, yes, I'll try. And one of them, as she leaves, you notice a man call out, like, wait, Yselle, you can't be going there alone. And another gentleman appears. Hold on, real quick. He comes. He's not a giant, I promise.
God, why are these all giants?
Sorry. He comes and he says, wait! And he stops for a second, he breathes. He has brown chestnut hair, kind of shaggy. He's wearing villagers' clothing and definitely of a commoner's ilk. He says, who are these people? And
who are you?
It's like, I'm her brother. We have to go back home. You know there's a curfew. And she says, yes, but you know, we have to go. And Matthew says,
I fly down and I ask, what's a curfew?
It's when you have to go to bed early.
Oh, okay.
Right, so with that, the soul says to Matthew, which is her brother, and says, look, you have to meet your stain, right? You can go home. I'll be back, I promise. It's like, no, I am going with you. And
listen, it's okay. She showed me on my map. I can get there. You can go home.
I have to follow you. It's just, I need to make sure.
Hold on, Matthew.
Yes.
Why are you so nervous, and what are we walking into?
Alright, go ahead and roll an insight check. Wow, okay, that's a 22. Alright, so you walk up, and you say to him, and you tell immediately that by your voice through your helm, he kind of shakes a little bit, and notices that you're fully plated, and he kind of sticks up his hands. I don't want any trouble, and he's very nervous. You can tell he's very nervous. Whether it's malicious or not, no, but he's nervous right now. It looks like there's something that he isn't really telling you. Look, I don't want any trouble. I just want to make sure my sister is safe, all right?
Then you'll come with us.
All right, fine. I'll go with you guys. And Yselle says thank you, Matthew. And the both of them come up, and they show you the way.
Can I fly above and look out?
Yeah, you look out, and you scout out ahead, and go ahead and roll a perception check, please.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a little advantage since I'm from above?
You are above, but the thing is, it's a very thick forest.
Oh, okay.
You
so
notice,
we're in the forest.
Yes, you will be in the forest, and you fly above. You kind of take a scout look, and you notice there is a tower in the distance, and you notice some smoke kind of billowing out as if it's from a campfire. Do you go any closer, or do you go back to the party?
I go back to the party and report what I saw.
So the party says that, and eventually you make your way over to this olden tower that used to be on the outskirts of the city. You see 3 men sitting around a campfire. They're relaxing, and Yselle's eyes brighten up. Tristane, I'm here! And the 3 men stand up, and they look towards the party, and it says, "Are you from the capital?"
Yeah, this is.
I step forward.
Okay. And Aldys steps forward, and what do you say?
You needed to see us.
Yes, and Tristane, a man, stands up. He's about mid-30s, dirty blonde hair, blue eyes that resemble diamonds. Very, very nice looking. And he steps forward. He's a bit taller than the rest. You notice, though, they're in armor. You need to go home, Yselle. And Yselle says, "No, you've been acting very weird. I did what you said."
Go home.
And Yselle looks over to Matthew, and Matthew's also confused. But I'm gonna have to. Okay, Aldys and Mirrium, I need you to both do perception checks.
Yeah, I have a passive perception, by the way.
Yeah. What's your passive perception again?
Passive perception is 17.
17. What about yours, Mirrium? Do you have a passive perception?
I assume I have to have the skill to have passive or something.
Nope.
You're asking
No,
if I
you
have
don't.
it?
So it's 10 plus your wisdom modifier. Plus
13. I'd rather roll.
13. Okay, so both of you roll perception. The both of you can't.
No.
Mirrium does not notice anything. What about Aldys?
I mean, I'm
Alright,
too
so
busy
that's
adjusting my glasses and sort of getting up at the like. Listen, son, your wife is worried about you.
Oh yes, God, yes,
Alright.
please.
And Aldys, you notice something with one of the guards. There's some purple liquid kind of oozing out of his ears,
Damn.
and they stand up.
Theo, sensing that something's about to go down, kind of moves between the Yselle and Matthew and the
Justine,
men.
we need to go home. And so right now they're here to help, and they draw their swords.
Yeah, I draw my sword.
No, hold on. I'm gonna cast sleep.
All right. So before we do that, I'm gonna bring you guys 1 second. Okay. Position yourself accordingly, please.
Where are they?
Just zoom out a little bit, and you'll see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was getting up in his face.
Move a little bit back.
Hey, what's that?
I'm about to describe that real quick. Sorry, let me just draw a line where you guys can't move past.
Forward. Okay, yeah, that's
So,
fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna boop, throw a little ball of sleep there.
Right. So now this is how sleep works. You roll the damage.
I roll 5d8, yeah.
5d8, and it if it reduces one of their health to 0, they fall asleep.
Yeah, essentially. It's starting with the creature with the lowest hit points.
Correct.
So, boop. Cast at
So
level...
before you do anything...
Oh, I can
Yeah, go
upgrade
ahead.
the level.
Yes, you can upgrade the level.
Your
What does
cast
that
is
do?
higher. It should say on the spell list if you.
It doesn't
if you
actually.
kinda drag it. Hold on.
Oh, higher level cast adds 2d8. Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what level do you want to cast it at?
Well, it is a level 1 spell.
One spell.
So, actually, I'm gonna cast it as a level 3 spell.
Okay, so that
make sure, because it could be there could be a cap on it. I don't know if there is or not.
It doesn't say.
The drop-down menu should.
Then there's none. Then there's none. You can do as much as you want.
There you go.
Okay, so Mirrium, you cast your. That's
that's some low rolls.
That's some low rolls. You cast it at level 3, correct?
But it's
Yes.
still like.
So you still have 4d8 more. So go ahead and slash roll. Wait, no.
Oh, it didn't.
No,
No,
let's add both of those numbers together.
Oh, I see.
Add
Okay,
them
so
together.
add them together. So 19 plus 18 is 37.
Oh.
7.
There we
Math.
go.
37. Right. That's not their health points, but I'll allow you to. One of them, hold on, gets a little bit woozy, a little bit, but it's not as you think it is. You notice the knight itself doesn't buckle, but his legs shake a little bit, and he doesn't look like he's falling half asleep, but he's blinking, and his eyes change a look of fear, then a look of determination, a look of fear, a look of determination, as something seems to be controlling it. I'll mark this over here. He's not asleep, but he's going to have disadvantage on his first attack. Anyways, as that happens, thumps in the background as something comes out. Tristan said, "You should have gone home, Yselle. You didn't need to come." And everyone, I'm going to have you guys roll initiative. All right, so first off, select your character token, and then go to your character sheet, and then roll initiative.
Beep. I did it.
All right, 1 second. Just gonna get up my notes.
Boy, did you do it.
Okay, wow, you definitely did it. Okay. As I open up to the right page over here. Wait, did I not save the page? I'm sorry, guys. Forgot something. Okay. Right, here we go. Gotta use my book somehow, so I don't get everything wrong. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so they're gonna roll their initiative now. Wow, you rolled a fucking nat 20 on your initiative. Amazing.
Nice.
So these guys are gonna get 14. They go after Aldys. What's your dex modifier? -1, right?
-1.
Yes, they go before you. No, they go. Yes, you go after them. Now this is going to roll a. Okay, it's just a flat d20. 16. Wow, lucky. Wait, no. What am I doing? Okay. Sorry, initiative always takes just a little bit before we get into things. Tia, what's your dex modifier?
It is 1.
All right, so it is 1. So you go. You have to go before this creature. All right, so something slams across them. You feel like thumping on the ground as this creature steps out, made of pure stone. Its eyes glowing purple as there's purple foam coming out of its mouth. It has giant horns about the sizes of blades, and its hooves just scarred and scratched the steps up. Mirrium, it is your turn.
I'm gonna cast Grease in front of me here.
Okay, so you go ahead and cast Grease.
Yeah. I think it's just a 10-foot. I can't like cast at a higher level, so just a 10-foot square. I'd like to put that like right here.
All right, 10-foot square. All right. Can you cast it so I can see the actual text?
Yeah, sure.
All right, the grease comes out of your hand, so now you have a bonus action and a movement. What do you do? So that's your action to cast.
I'm
You
just
have
gonna
bonus action
take a
and-
little step back here behind.
you take a little
pals.
step back there.
Zip, and I'm done.
All right, and now you don't have a bonus action. You can use that's all you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have anything
Tio.
to use my bonus action on, at least.
It's now your turn.
All right, I going to cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay. Hypnotic pattern, concentration. Who do you target?
I'm targeting the 3 humans.
Okay. So, wisdom saving throw. Okay, excellent. All right.
Actually,
So
it's a
you-
30 feet cube, so let me measure that out really quick.
Yep, the Gorgon will also do that.
Yeah, you can smack all of them.
Oh yeah.
Indeed, smack all of them. Okay, so they all have to make a wisdom saving throw. I'm going to make a saving throw for the...
And they're trying to beat a 14.
Trying to beat a 14, huh? Alright. The first guard, Tristane, meets the beat. So Tristane beats it. The next guard beats it. Third guard also beats it.
Yeah, that's a 3rd level spell.
Dang.
So now the last one, the Gorgon though, only has a +1, so it's a...
Wait, hang on. Do I have 3rd level spells? I don't. I take that back, never mind.
The Gorgon, however, takes a second, his eyes flashes back and forth, and it's confused, it is charmed, and what does charmed mean again? He's like got a...
Oh! Charmed is so good.
As his eyes go a little bit woozy, that's a mark. You have a movement and a bonus action, what do you do?
I'm gonna move up to the grease.
Okay, you move up to the grease. And your bonus action, do you do anything?
Nope.
Right.
Actually I'm gonna change my fishing rod into a staff.
Alright, so your fishing rod molds from its fishing rod and it becomes the quarterstaff that you've become so accustomed to using. Alright, it's not the Gorgon's turn. Let me double check what charmed is.
It should be in the appendix of your player's handbook.
Can't attack the charmer or the charm attack with harmful ability. Okay. Alright. So the Gorgon steps forward, woozy, and completely just unsure. It looks at Tio and doesn't...
No, it has a speed of 0.
Has a speed of 0? Oh, wow.
It can't do anything except look at the pretty lights.
Oh, yeah. He takes a look at the pretty lights, and now he is going to make at the end of his turn, make a wisdom save to see if he's able to break through.
No, it doesn't. It only ends if he takes damage or if someone uses an action to shake it out.
Oh, shit. You're right.
Spellcasters, baby!
Oh, Spellcasters. Amazing. All right. So that is his turn. It can't do anything. Excellent. Cinnamon Swirl, it's your turn.
I'm gonna rage.
Okay, so you rage.
I'm gonna go for this guy right here.
Okay. And are you in distance? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you are in distance.
So yeah, so I actually want to move to like right here. I think that's possible and hit him from there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do two-handed. I'm gonna rage, and that means my aura's active. So.
Mm-hmm. So first you move. All right, that definitely hits. I can tell you that right now. So in a flash, Cici just zips over there. She takes out her spear. Lightning starts to charge around it as almost if it's like something that you would see from a comic book. And
I get 2 attacks too, right?
You get 2 attacks. Your first attack hits. The second attack does hit. Do a total of... Alright. So 17, 12, 29 damage plus 2, 31 damage. That's a nice chunk of damage right there.
Are you gonna tell us bloodied or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so...
But yeah, I take out the trident with my talons as I float up into the air and just charge it flying.
Okay, so you do that. You jump out and you fly. You charge right at it. Your trident stabs him twice, and you take it out and you stab him again. And then lightning discharges from your body and hits him for a good 31 damage. He is hurt. He is bloodied.
That's my girl. I'm so proud of you.
But you notice that it doesn't seem phased at all. Okay. So, now this one here is... Okay, now, here's the guard's turn.
They have to make a dexterity saving throw on that aura.
Oh, do you think? Okay, so 1d20, what's the DC save? Plus, they have a...
15.
14, okay, so he has a dexterity save of 5.
No.
Needs to be, but he still takes 1 damage. It's half damage otherwise, so he takes...
15. You rolled a 14.
Oh, wow. Alright, so yes, it's fine. Yeah, I already added that damage from before.
Yep.
Thanks for reminding me. Alright, so he takes that damage, and now it is the guard's turn. Tristane, which I'm going to mark as this one over here. He takes a step forward and takes a look onto the grease. He carefully steps up. Hold on, layer. The front. And steps up again. He cannot move as much as he really wants to go back to that wizard there. But he takes out his greatsword and looks at Tio, and then tries to go for a hit. What's your armor class?
19.
You have your shield on, right?
A bunch.
Yep.
The first strike hits. The second strike misses as you manage to block it with your shield, and now 2d6 plus 4. Take 8 damage as it shook. The sword hits against your hide but breaks through, dealing 8 damage. But then you notice something. And actually, before I do that, damn it, I missed the page again. 1 second. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna need you to make an intelligence saving throw for me, please.
Oh boy.
To you.
Oh dear.
Okay, so this is what happens. Sustain takes his greatsword, hits you right across the chest. All of a sudden, you notice there's a flash of purple energy from deep within his head as purple lasers shoot out of his eyeballs into you.
Oh no.
Take an additional 8 damage.
Psychic damage. That's psychic energy, isn't it?
It is indeed psychic energy.
Yep.
I'm gonna need you to do the same thing too. Cici, make an intelligence saving throw for me, please. As this guard. Intelligence save of DC of... Wow! You actually pass it! Amazing! Right, so, as you hit this guard, it staggers back and its eyes train on you and looks at you. And then purple light, mesmerizing at first, but just in the last second, the beam misses you and you dodge your head out of the way. And you don't take any damage. Now this guard over here is sleepy as fuck. He tries to walk, he tries to move up, but his turn is wasted because he's half asleep, but he moves over. And then he taps the Gorgon on the chest. The charm finishes.
Yeah, put an aura there for, that's the aura protection.
Okay. So with that, the Gorgon is snapped out of it. Aldys, it is your turn.
Alright, well, I'm going to, as a bonus action, sprinkle dust. I'm going to unsheath the weapon, first of all.
Yes. Incidental.
Interaction.
You draw your sword.
I'm going to sprinkle silver powder on it, and it begins to reverberate. And I'm going to go up here and just thwack this man.
Alright, he has an AC of 18.
Okay, with Thunder's Smite.
Okay, go ahead. That's a level 1 spell slot, correct?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Oop, sorry, I was on the spells. Let's see.
Roll your attack. It's gonna take a little bit to get used to the system, but once you do, you get used to it. That's an 11. He takes his sword, he parries it out of the way. You're unable to hit.
Oh, but I have an extra attack. It's fine.
You do have an extra attack. Your smite is still active.
Yep.
And you go for a second swing.
Second swing.
You go for another upward, downward slash, and he parries it again and steps to the side. You don't hit him. I think it's your turn, right?
Yes, technically.
Does difficult terrain not give you advantage or anything?
No, only if he's prone.
Okay.
Yes. And difficult terrain means that he can't run as much as he can, otherwise he's going to have to make
Well, I know,
dexterity.
it sometimes gives you, in the past, or in other systems, I just didn't know.
It's fine, he's going to have trouble moving.
Yes, he's going to have a lot of trouble moving.
And I still have the smite active.
Yes, you do have smite active for another 10 turns, technically. But that's your turn. Do you want to move? You still have some movement left.
No.
Okay. Okay. So, right. Mirrium, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna fly up into like this tree that I'm currently standing on there. I'm just gonna perch there and cast haste on Aldys.
Okay, so you are now concentrating.
Hey.
Alright, you are now concentrating.
Yep.
How do I mark this?
I'm just gonna... Here, I'll just pick something. I'm gonna do it to myself because I'm still concentrating, technically.
No, well, so concentration, you can only have one concentration spell at a time. So Mirrium right now is concentrating, and if every time you take damage, you have to do a Constitution saving throw. Yep. It's either 10 or half the damage that you took, whichever one is higher.
Yep. So
just know that you're concentrating. I'm trying to remember that too. But hey, Aldys, you feel this surge of energy course through your body.
All right.
As you are now hasted. Hold on. Let me just do this. All right, that's it. This is your turn.
I mean, that's all I can do. Yeah.
Yep. All right, Tio, is your turn.
All right. I am going to cast Booming Blade.
Okay.
So I need to make an attack roll.
Yes, go ahead and make an attack with your quarterstaff.
Which I'm going to do.
Is it two-handed or one-handed? It's one-handed because you have a shield right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that actually hits. So you take your quarterstaff, you thwack him right in the face. He tries to parry again, but it hits him and shocks him. Roll and add your Booming Blade. It's
No, it doesn't take the 1d8 unless it moves. For now.
You're actually at a higher level though. Melee attack.
No,
an
I'm
extra
not
1d8.
level 5 though. I'm not
No,
level
your
5 caster.
cantrips. Okay, with cantrips, you actually are. You have 2 levels of paladin and 4 levels of sorcerer.
Yeah.
You're a level 5 caster, but it's character level anyway for cantrips. Cantrips work differently.
Okay.
So roll 1d8. It's a boom. This giant energy like hits him in the face, and like he takes this shockwave, and he takes a good 12 damage. Doesn't like it. All right.
And he takes 2d8 if he moves.
Yes, he does.
Now,
Okay.
I'll ask for clarification later. Never mind. Keep going.
The Gorgon snapping out of it with the other guard pushing him and slapping him across the face. He's angry. He looks at Tio, and he is going to charge right for the turtle. Now he has to make a dexterity saving throw because he has to run through the grease. And let's see how well that goes for him. Oh dear. Okay, what's your DC, Kent?
Is that on the top of spells? 14.
Mm-hmm.
14. He rolls a oh man.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Right. So he runs across, sliding across the grease, completely like enraged by this this turtle, and slides just. Or no, he just slides around, goes prone.
Yep.
And thrashes about on the ground.
He's prone.
He is definitely prone. I'm going to mark that he is prone right now. And let me just make this to front. There you go. Down on the ground. And he thrashes about and can't really do much. Cinnamon Swirl, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna continue beating on this guy.
Alright, so go ahead and make your first attack. The first one, you take your trident and you try to stab him with your feet, and he dodges out of the way. What's the next one? That definitely does hit. And now he needs to make a dex saving throw. So first I'm going to minus the 12. Next he's going to make a dex saving throw. 1d20 plus 5. And he does manage to dodge it, but takes half the damage, still 3. It doesn't look too good. The body is bleeding, and there's like gashes, and you can see bone, and parts of his body's like flopping out as his blood streams down his face. But again, his face doesn't look phased at all.
I also, on my bonus action, get out my shield.
And you notice, want to describe it?
I just start moving so that my trident's being held in one talon, and then the bracelet on one of my feet lights up, turns into a shield.
I just want you guys to know that Cici's floating like 5 feet from the ground, fighting with her feet. It's amazing. I love it.
That's really cool.
And the shield pops out. It's a turtle shield. It's like it's a shell of a turtle.
Oh.
Pops out.
Oh yeah, one of your cousins.
Okay.
Oh god.
Right. Do you move?
Listen, she wasn't alive
yes.
when she took it, of course.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna move a little bit.
If you move, you provoke an attack of opportunity.
You
just so.
provoke, yeah.
Oh,
Careful.
no, then never mind.
So you stay right there?
You can
Yeah, I
move
remember
around.
that.
You can move within his area. You just can't leave his reach.
I'm just gonna stay right here. I've got my shield up.
Right.
Okay.
So next is the guard's turn. So Tristane's going to go first. Seeing the haste on Aldys, he turns his attention over to the turtle. He takes his greatsword and goes for a swing. It's a 15. You manage to block it with your shield. And he steps back a little bit, slipping a little bit from the grease, and goes for a second swing. And the grease on the ground like makes his leg goes a little bit wide, and that swing just completely misses. And he can't move right now. this guard over here kneels down and takes out a very large crossbow and takes a look at the owl in the tree. He is definitely in range.
Does the branches of the tree in any way
yes,
provide
you're
cover?
in half cover. You're half cover right now.
All right.
So that means you have a +2 AC. So what's your AC right now?
15.
15 plus 2? Is that after the fact?
Yes.
All right. So you're gonna take a and you're like flop around in the branches, try to hide, and
Oh no!
As an 8. Okay, so
I got shot at.
you got shot at. The crossbow flings through the air, 12 damage, max damage.
Oh God.
Right, and quickly he takes out the crossbolt, and in the swift motion puts in another crossbolt and aims again. This time at the turtle.
I think I fired a crossbow in 2 rounds. That's some bullshit.
Yes. Who says in civilians or in other characters can't have feats? And 20. Does that hit you? And quickly knocks another bolt, and that hits for 9 damage.
Wait, can you interpose your reaction to create disadvantage on yourself? I don't know if that works.
No, only if he's attacking.
Only if it's attacking other people.
Only other people.
Basically, if someone attacks you right now, I can do that, but not me.
The both of you, can you guys make Constitution saving throws, please?
Let me check my damage really quick.
I need to make one too?
No, the people that got hit. They're both. So both the owl.
You're both in my range, so you get +3 to that.
Plus 3 to that?
So 14 total.
Mirrium 14? Okay.
What am I making? Constitution or Intelligence, do you say?
Constitution first.
Alright. Oh no!
No!
Ooh.
That's a natural 1, so alright. You shoot as this bow hits you right in the chest, and suddenly you seize up. You're paralyzed. The poison sets you into your body as now you're frozen. Your total blood just not doing too well with this poison right here.
Oh no.
All right. You're incapacitated. Okay, so now finally, Tristane, who is right next to the total, takes a look, and then he turns his head.
I forgot the one next to me. You
Also,
Tristane.
Justine's already gone.
Yep.
Yeah, Tristane's already gone. It's the one next to me that hasn't.
That's the only one left.
No, it's not just Tristane. It's not just the guards. His head turns, and purple light once again fills up his eyes, and lightning shoots straight at Aldys. Aldys, can you go ahead and make a intelligence saving throw for me, please?
Oh yeah.
That saves, as you manage to, as the light
21. Wow.
Manages to just you shrug it off. Meanwhile, this other guard over here first goes for 2 swings against the harpy. What's your AC right now? 20?
20.
Okay. The first strike hits you. Second strike also hits you.
Yikes.
Now, 2d6 plus 4. You take 5 damage for the first blow because you're raging right now. You have resistance. You take 5 damage. And now the second strike, you take, always round it up, you take 7 damage. There's 7 plus 5, that's 12 damage altogether. You mark that down?
Yep.
And then, same thing happens. Purple light fills around his head, and it shoots out right at you. Make an intelligence saving throw for me, please. Oh, nope. Definitely not. Take an additional 11 damage. This bypasses your rage, as you take 11 points of psychic damage, as this purple beam gets shot into your head, and you just feel hazy as thoughts and dark visions of demons and just darkness fill your mind. All right. That is the end of their turn. Aldys, it is yours. Oh, wait, no.
Okay.
You currently have 3 attacks, by the way.
Yes, you do.
Sort of. I know what I got. Don't worry.
Okay.
I gotta move here, though.
So you quickly step over to the other side. The Gorgon's still thrashing about.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use my hasted action on the Gorgon to strike with, to do weapon strike.
Yes, you can only get 1 attack. Haste does not give you extra attack.
It does.
It gives you an extra action that you can use on an attack.
Yes, but I'm trying to tell you guys that this has also been said in Sage Advice, and I've done this before. If you get extra attack, you only get it once per turn. So it can be on your action or your hasted action.
What?
Does that make sense?
No.
No.
Okay. So,
I mean, it makes sense, but
is,
it doesn't make sense. I guess.
This is to avoid hasted characters having 7 attacks a turn. But a house rule for now.
Oh, you mean I can't use the feature extra action? Is that what you're talking? Extra
yes,
attack?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You don't get that.
You don't get that. So,
No, that's fine.
So you only get 1 attack right now. So go ahead.
Yeah, that's how I interpreted it anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so your hasted action is attack.
I'm using the hasted action to hit the Gorgon. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you get advantage because it's prone right now. Its AC is 19, but you have advantage. It's 21. 16 slashing damage, and you get to roll your Thunderous Smite, because you still haven't hit with it yet.
Yep. Sorry, I keep losing my character sheet. Okay, Thunderous Smite.
And -5. Okay, excellent. Now you have your regular action.
Alright, he's also pushed 10 feet and still prone.
Wow. So, like, you take your sword and you slam it into this, and, like, this boom of energy, like, throws him back 10 feet, almost throwing him into his friend, as it continues to... It's like that, like, the Monster Hunter. It's just flailing about, and he gets thrown back 10 feet.
And I will, cast Lesser Restoration on Toidle.
Alright! Go ahead and cast it with your main action.
Casting on the main action. Removes that effect.
Yes, which is great, because paralyzed is really bad. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want it paralyzed.
Alright, so, quickly, Aldys takes his hand in a zip, puts it on the Toidle's shoulder, wow, it's a tongue twister, and removes the effect. You're no longer...
And then I'll use the rest of my move to move back here.
And in a zip, you move back to the other side. Alright. Okay, it is now the NPC's turn, real quick. Yselle says, Chastain, please, just come home. She steps up, and Matthew is running up with her and trying to pull her back. No, we need to go now. And that's where they are. Okay. Mirrium, it is your turn.
I'm gonna use Ray of Frost on that fellow to the far west.
Yes. Real quick, I forgot. You got hit by an attack. Roll a Constitution saving throw real quick.
Oh, hey. Is concentration a skill now, or is it just Constitution?
Concentration is just a saving throw. It's a Constitution saving throw. Oh, okay. So because I forgot about it, your haste drops because you got hit by this arrow. You're able to resist the poison, but your haste drops off of Aldys. But I'll still let Aldys do that hasted action as that last little thing as you got hit.
Okay, but I'm gonna shoot that guy with Ray of Frost.
Okay, so you shoot that guy with Ray. Oh no!
No.
That's unfortunate. So the Ray of Frost shoots, and he manages to duck right out of the way as the Ray of Frost goes across into hits something in the forest. You got like
wow.
I'm gonna flap around and go to the other side of the tree then.
Yeah, you flap her. So now you are technically behind 3/4 cover. So it means you have +5 AC. Right. So if someone tries to hit you with a bow. Okay, so it is now Tio's turn.
All right. So Tio turns his quarterstaff back into a fishing rod, and he pulls it up above his head and casts back, and he throws it out towards the guard to the west.
Lightning Law's adorable. I love it.
I thought you would.
Okay, so quickly you turn your fishing rod into you turn your staff into a fishing rod. You cast lightning lure, and you have to be in 15 feet. Are you in 15 feet? You're gonna have to move slightly to the
5 foot
scoot over.
It's fine. I will use a sorcery point to make that a distance spell.
Oh wow! Hey, okay. So it zips out. It doesn't look like it's reaching, but then your sorcery point fills your energy and it zips out all the way and hits him. Now he has to make a strength saving throw, which he's quite good in actually. All right. Ooh. All right. So. All right. So the lightning zips out and it's pushed slightly, but doesn't do much. But because he is wearing plate mail, I will have him roll at disadvantage because he is wearing plate mail. And well, no, it doesn't do anything. Okay.
Oh well.
So is now. Do you move? Wait.
No, I'm happy where I am.
Okay. The Gorgon.
Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to takes the attack of opportunity and run over to.
Okay, so real quick, he takes the attack of opportunity. Tristane will take out his greatsword and see if he hits you. 1d20 plus 8. Does not hit you. You're fine. Okay, now it is the Gorgon's turn. The Gorgon has to spend all of his movement to stand up. So that's not good at all. Alright, and is not very happy right now because he is prone, and now what he is going to do... Oh, no, that's not it. Lightning fills his mouth as it crackles, and he looks over at Aldys. Lightning shoots out from underneath, and Aldys, can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Beep.
Oh no. Oh no.
13.
Suddenly, lightning shoots from underneath. Wait, no. Meet to beat. It's DC 13. Your fucking aura's ridiculous, man.
Haha.
But you still take half.
Paladin's rule.
You still take half damage from this. 15.
Paladin's rule.
Alright, so you manage to jump out of the way just as the main shockwave passes you, but another secondary wave hits you and you take 15 damage. That's its turn. It's not really happy right now. It's really angry. Okay, it is now Cinnamon's turn.
I'm gonna poke it with my trident.
Okay, you try to poke it with your trident. Go ahead and roll your attack. Okay, well, the first attack, right? So, wait. I mean, you kill it for the first swing. So you kill it for the first swing.
Use it on the next one, that's fine.
Yep, use it on the next one. Okay, so you stab it with your trident, dealing 11 damage. You kill it. But then, something shows up. A little wee figure pops out, teleports, right next to you. Not that big, I promise.
God damn it.
As this little creature, as you kill it, flops over, crawls out of its skull and lands right next to you, and it hisses with this disgusting sound that makes you like retch, and it's like the nails on a chalkboard kind of scream. It has the same turn as the guards. So I was gonna make the same turn. All right, so now it's still your turn. You can hit it. Do you want to hit it?
Yeah, can I use the second attack to hit it?
Yep. So you have to roll again because try not to roll everything at once. Go one through one at a time. Oh no. Oh no. Well, you still has to make a lightning save. All right, so it manages to dodge out as it plops out of his head. It misses from your attack, and uh-oh. What's its dex save? I remember the page. Okay. And it does dodge and taking only half damage as it squelches like this little electricity pops through it. Okay, it is now... Do you move or do you...
I'm gonna use my second wind real quick.
Okay, so you use second winds. As your bonus action, roll 1d... Okay, you recover 9 health. Tastes like blue. I love it. Do you move?
No.
Okay. You stay where you are. Okay, it is now Tristane's turn. Tristane first is going to swing at Aldys. What's your AC? 18. The first strike hits. The second strike also hits.
Yes.
He starts mocking you as like this secondary voice from inside its head screeches. First does 14 damage to you.
Yeah.
Second does only 7. Alright. And now this guard is going to try... the guard panics and dropping the crossbow off to the side and has to draw his longsword. And he makes an attack on Tio. The first strike misses. Second strike, nat ones. Alright. Tio, you managed to block the sword and fling it out of its hands. It is now defenseless. Yeah. Alright. This thing over here is going to try and leap on your face, Cici. Alright, just double checking what I have to roll.
Can I like roll acrobatics to dodge or something?
It's going to be a different throw. Dexterity saving throw, which you are proficient in, I think.
No. I just have a high bonus to it already.
Alright.
Actually...
Strength and con are what you're good at, yeah.
I don't think danger sense affects
No,
that.
it does not affect it. But first it has to hit you. It jumps up and takes its hands. First has to hit you. Right, so it has a +4 to hit. Doesn't... Oh my god, it barely misses. You just whack it with your shield, it flies back to the ground and says, eh! And now, make an intelligence saving throw for me, please.
Intelligence?
Yes. As light appears, as like the brain itself glows a deep purple and shoots out at you, and you take 13 damage, not reduced by your berserk. And now it's kind of stuck there. Actually, no. It turns and takes a look over to Yselle and Matthew. It looks like it licks its tongue, and it starts skittering over. You get an attack of opportunity. So go ahead and roll your attack. Nope, you miss it, unfortunately. As you stab into the ground, as it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way over here, in its eyes, trained on one of the humans to take host of that body. Alright. The next one, make an intelligence saving throw, Tio and Aldys, as they do the same thing.
Hey.
You pass that, and Aldys, go ahead and roll yours and add a +3, because your aura is kind of ridiculous. Well, doesn't matter. Take 13 points of psychic damage. Alright, it is now Aldous' turn. What do you
Lay on hands myself.
do? How much do you lay on hands yourself?
All of it.
All of it? Okay, so looking pretty rough. You lay on hands yourself, and that's your action, right?
Yeah, that's an action.
Yes, but you're no longer hasted.
Yeah, I know.
You have a bonus action and a movement.
I'll use my bonus action to channel divinity, Vow of Enmity.
Okay.
Just saying.
On your state? Okay. What do you do? What does it do? Can you roll it? Can you cast it?
I just does it. I mean, he's marked.
Alright, he's marked.
Yeah, sorry, let me put it out here. Hold on. Yeah, there's no, like... It's a feature, so
Okay,
there's no
I'll read it over.
text
But
with it, yeah.
that's your turn.
No,
Do you move?
I get advantage.
Okay.
No, I don't. Wait, No, I don't move.
Okay. The civilians... Alright, Yselle's gonna make a wisdom saving throw to see if she is able to run away from Tristane. She only has a 2. Nope. Yselle continues to run towards Tristane, and Matthew kind of falls behind as they come closer and closer to this intellect devour. Mirrium, it is now your turn. You see this little creature, this brain, purplish energy, looking at the humans, tasty, their bodies.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit with Ray of Frost. Can I get advantage since I'm like directly above it?
You are high ground, and it doesn't see you there.
So here we go.
It hits, and click the name in the chat bar, and roll damage.
What?
If you click on the name where it says
Oh,
Ray of
neat.
Frost.
7. Minus
It
7.
also reduces its speed by 10.
Yeah, it's not going to make it to the things in time. All right. Okay, so you hit it, and its legs freeze up. It goes like this little screech that's just disturbing to hear, and its movement is going to be impaired. All right. Do you move, or do you do anything else? You have a bonus action and a movement.
I mean, I can't. No, I'm not moving.
Okay, you're not moving. Okay, Tio, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm going to Willing Blade again.
Okay. Roll your attack. And you have to hit it.
Yep. 1 second.
Wow. Okay. So you hit it.
Whoa.
Only 5 damage though. Only 5
Yeah.
damage. And roll your
And then 1d8.
1d8. Roll 1d8.
Oh, well, that's something.
Only 6 damage. You hit him, and as he takes thunder damage.
If he moves, he'll take damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's my turn, and also I'm gonna BRB.
Okay. It's now the Gorgon's turn as it turns its eyes and looks over at Aldys. Seeing the grease this time, he is forced to go very slowly. That's 1 feet of movement. That's over here. He doesn't get his charge, but he does get an attack as his hooves stomp down on
Hey.
Aldys. So that's a +8.
Hey, that's bad.
That hits for... Hey, can you take this much damage, please?
Yeah, I can.
He only gets one action, though. As he slams onto you for 16 damage. That's it. It's your turn, Cinnamon Swirl.
I'm gonna charge the Gorgon.
Alright, you charge the Gorgon with your spear. And you have advantage because you're flanking it.
Okay.
So roll. First attack. Hits! For 19. Wow, actually. 8 damage. The second one unfortunately misses. What about, do you use your rage? Yes, it does. They have to make a DC saving throw. He has a dex of 0, so it's a 1d20. And it's just 1 damage. Oh, wait, no, he fails it. So he takes all the 3 damage. Excellent. That's your 2 attacks. Bonus action and movement. You use your movement. Do you have a bonus action?
Nope. Not this
Okay,
round.
that's your turn. All right. The one over here takes a look at Tio. And is Tio back? Nope. Okay, so I'll wait until Mooney is back. And the first one, Justine, is going to try and hit you. First strike misses. Second strike, what's your AC?
18.
It misses twice. Alright. With that, he is unable to hit you, and now the other one is going to try and hit Tio. The first one misses, the second... Wow, what is with these rolls? Alright, Alright, now, you're going to have to make an intelligence saving throw again. Aldys. Tio and Aldys make an intelligence saving throw as the intellect devours inside their brains try to hit you.
Very rude.
Mooney, you take 5 points of psychic damage, and Aldys, you're able to dodge it.
Alright.
Now finally, this last intellect devourer can't move as much, but just gets right up to the villagers and tries to hit them. And misses.
Oh, wow.
Right, he can't really do much aside from that because he's too slow. Okay, Aldys, it is your turn.
I have advantage on both these people.
Yes, you do.
They're both pretty dangerous, but I'm going to... Well, let's hit the Gorgon first.
Okay, you hit the Gorgon. You have advantage.
Let me think here. I'm also going to use, let's see.
You should probably do something about the thing that's gonna eat the people back here.
Kinda can. I can do nothing about that. I'll hold it, actually.
Do you hold an action? What do you do?
No, not ready in action. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hit first.
Okay.
First attack.
Okay, on what?
Gorgon.
Okay, you get advantage. Roll it. 10 damage. All right, excellent. You take your sword.
Hold on. I'm going to smite it.
Okay, roll your smite damage. What level spell?
1.
1. So then you add another 2d8 damage. Takes another 9 damage. Excellent.
Oops, I clicked out.
Burst of energy as your blade lights up with a bright light. And by the way, roll another d6 because you have great weapon fighting. You rolled a 1.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Yeah, I forgot about that until now.
Hey, that's
way
better.
Plus 4 damage, so minus 4. All right, excellent. Okay, and do you have another attack?
I will focus the Gorgon again.
Okay, you hit. Roll damage, or roll it. You have advantage. Well, 15, but it bounces off of its armor.
Okay.
Alright, do you move? Bonus action.
Oh, let me check and see what I can do with my bonus action. I don't think much.
I don't think you can do much. You can drink a potion.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, you can drink a potion for your bonus action.
Oh, yeah, I do that.
Do you drink your
Healing
greater potion? Just a regular healing potion?
Yeah.
Okay, 2d4 or 2d4 plus 2. 5 health. Unfortunate, but you quickly you take the thing and you kind of stuff it under your mask and you drink it. Right, and you don't move, right?
No, I don't move.
All right, now the two villagers, they take out Yselle screams and is gonna try and like throw her bag at it. It doesn't hit, and Matthew's gonna try and kick it, and it does hit, and it does 1 damage. It does 1 damage as Matthew just like hits it with the side of his foot. All right, Mirrium, it is now your turn.
You know what? I have an idea that can help you hit it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Enlarge on
Oh
Paladin.
shit!
Hey, what is happening to me?
You're huge.
Oh my god.
The entirety of your being grows larger, and your greatsword becomes just more like a toothpick to you, or just a regular
it
sword.
grows.
It grows? Everything?
Yeah.
All your gear grows with you.
Has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and it deals an extra 1d4 damage. Amazing. As Aldys, you grow like 4 times your size.
That helps a lot, actually.
Alright. You have a bonus action and movement. What do you do?
Me? I mean, I still don't have anything that I can really do with those.
Okay. So you're gonna hide behind the tree.
Yep.
Alright, excellent. Tio, it's now your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna can I pick the guy's crossbow off as a bonus action?
He dropped his sword.
Yeah.
You flung his sword out, and you...
And I made him drop his crossbow.
I'll say, do a sleight of hand check.
In lieu of that, can I just kick it out of the way?
Yes, you can kick it out of the way.
Alright, I'll kick it.
You kick the crossbow out of the way, as the guard has nothing except his gauntlets. He's gonna try and grapple you. Looks like he's about to grapple you.
I'm going to run off this way.
So you provoke an attack of opportunity, which,
Yep.
it's fine. Just hands, which, it actually hits you? Are you kidding me? It hits you for 1 damage.
It's 1 damage.
Owie.
One
Zaps you in
damage.
the back of the head.
Just baps you in the back of the head as you run away.
Alright.
Alright. Now, what do you do?
I'm gonna hit this, with, Booming Blade.
Booming Blade, okay.
Oops, okay, that didn't do anything.
Just nothing appears.
Blink. Nice.
Alright, that definitely hits it. And, okay. That does hit it. It's 8 damage. Excellent.
And then,
Booming Blade isn't going to roll an extra d8.
yeah,
How do you kill it?
I kind of just, like, brain my, staff down on it, like I'm squishing a bug, and just, like, 2 hands, just, like, boom.
So it just keeps smacking around.
Right in the middle, and there's
It
just...
reverberates and the brains just go...
Hold on,
Yeah.
I gotta continue my tradition, guys.
Yep, very important.
Alright,
I'm gonna tell at least Richard to, Richard? Ryan?
Matthew.
Matthew.
Jeez. Tell them to get behind me.
Okay, alright. So,
Just to get behind me, guys.
okay. So,
Not
it is
safe.
the Gorgon's turn. The Gorgon flips and whips about, turns around, and looks at Cici, and is gonna try and gore you with his horns. What's your AC?
20.
Oh, you just like float on top of it and doesn't really do much. And you notice his mouth starts to crackle with electricity again. Doesn't do anything, that's his turn. Only has 1 attack. Cici,
Okay.
it's now your turn.
Let's see. I'm going to attack again.
Okay. Nope, the first attack plinks off of its stone armor. The second one also plinks off of its stone armor. Do you move?
This as well.
And, yep, 1d20. It does not succeed it, and it takes an additional 2 damage as some lightning streaks down up its back.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Do you move?
Nope, I just stay there with the shield.
Alright.
Trident.
Okay. Okay, so now this guard has to run over. Picks up the crossbow. Nah, it's his turn. He just finds it and just stand there. And now this one over here, it's gonna go for Christine. And not just Justine goes for all this. First one hits. No, second, both miss. Wow, he's not doing too great.
Yeah, welcome to the club, my friend.
Welcome to the club, my friend. As now he looks at you again. Roll an intelligence saving throw, please. These fuckers are really annoying. Nope. Take 7 psychic damage as lightning, or as purple light shoots into you again. It is now your turn, Aldys.
Alright. Okay, neither the Gorgon or Justine is bloodied, right?
Gorgon is about half health. You see it's like kind of breaking down. Justine hasn't been hit much.
Okay, well let's... I hate Justine. He does that damage all the time.
Yes, he does do that damage all the time.
But I'm gonna take out the Gorgon so we can focus.
Yes, okay, so roll your thing on advantage. It hits. 11 damage.
I rolled a 1.
Well, yes, you did. Roll a d6.
Well,
oh, too bad.
Damn.
That's what it is. And I'll go ahead and burn my last level 2 spell slot.
Okay. For 3d8 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, roll it.
So that is, let's
You
see.
rolled 2 1s on smite. That's...
Eh.
Or no?
No, I didn't. No, that's not how that works. It's you,
Okay.
you add them, so
16,
it's 16
alright. No, it's alright.
damage.
Alright, radiant damage doesn't look too great right now.
That's 1 attack.
That is 1 attack. Now the second attack. There's another 15 damage. Nice. Better rolls. Okay. What do you do?
Is it dead or not?
It's not dead. It looks it's clinging to life though.
I'll burn another level 1 slot.
Oh wow. You're just using everything. Okay.
Beep boop.
Beep boop. Roll a 2d8, my dude. Still standing, barely. Alright. Do you move? Oh wait, no. You have to roll a extra 1d4 for every time you attack because you're so large!
Yeah, you get extra damage, boy.
Roll 2d4, please. Well, 3.
Of course.
It's free damage.
Hey, it's 3 damage.
Yeah.
It's free real estate.
Okay. Alright. So, Mirrium, it is now your turn. Or as the civilians, Matthew finally drags Yselle away after trying to run away from that fucking screeching thing. Mirrium, go ahead. Owl Grandma.
Grandma Owl. Please murder this thing.
It's very close to dying. It's like the magic starts to seep out like it's blood. It all seems.
Didn't Sony say he would BRB?
I'm
Oh,
back.
did he?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
your
back.
turn.
I'm gonna Ray of Frost the Gorgon, I guess.
Alright. Wait, no, Ray of Frost, you should be doing more damage because it's your level 5.
Yeah.
2d8,
you're rolling.
yeah.
Yeah, TD, go ahead.
Okay.
Roll it.
Yeah, it's added in.
Alright, it hits it, but it plinks off its armor. Has a
Oh,
lot of
no.
AC. Alright, so you can't really do much else?
Nope.
Okay, that's your turn. And Tio, it is now your turn.
Alright, I'm going
Turtle boy.
to move 30 feet up here.
Huh?
And I'm gonna cast Lightning there again. See if
Alright,
that
so it's gonna
works.
make a dexterity saving throw. Alright, he's gonna have disadvantage because he's trying to find his fucking crossbow.
Well, I think he found it, but
He did find it. What's your DC?
14.
Oh.
Yee.
Oh,
Alright, he gets pulled up to me and he takes 1d8 damage. I'll roll
yes. That's 2d8, one more because you're level 5 caster.
that. Okay.
Alright, -6. Excellent. Alright, that's your turn?
Mhm.
The Gorgon, barely clinging to life, thrashes around and turns, and lightning shoots out of its breath. And it turns over to Aldys. And,
yay!
Aldys, make a dexterity saving throw.
My favorites.
Yes, make a dexterity saving throw. Mirrium at advantage. Oh, fuck.
Oh
Wait,
I'm fine.
Mirriam, because you're behind cover, you don't take any damage at all, as lightning just shoots past you. But also, Yselle and Matthew need to make a dexterity saving throw.
But they're behind the tree too, goddammit.
They are behind the tree too, so let's see how much you get to roll. So 2d20. Alright. Yselle manages to duck out of the way, but Matthew also ducks out of the way. As they would have taken how much damage? 8d6. 29 points of damage.
Yeah, that would have killed them.
Yes, it would have. Aldys, though, takes the 29 points of damage. How is your health right now, Aldys?
Well?
No.
Oh no!
Alright, Aldys. Wait, is he still big, despite being knocked out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you just hear a thoom as Aldous' giant body cracks against the ground. Alright. The Gorgon then turns over to Cici and goes for an attack. Pits off the... Oh, so close! And it's now your turn, Cinnamon Swirl. Gorgon is clinging to life.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke it.
Poke it. It hits. How do you kill it?
I stab it right in between its eyes. Actually, you know, the two prongs will probably hit the side of the eye, and the center one will go through the skull like that.
Hey, did I miss something? Where'd the turtle go?
Right, who?
I'm over here.
I don't... Am I too zoomed in? Did you move way... Oh, you moved way in.
Yeah, you're just...
Yeah.
Right, you have movement and another attack. Do you swing over to Justine?
Yes.
Alright. Do you attack him?
Yes.
Okay, roll your attack. He has an AC of 18. Do you beat it? I wonder. Oh no! One below! But he has to do a dex saving throw, which is 1d20 plus 5. But still takes half damage, takes 2 damage, as lightning courses through his body. Alright. It is now their turn. The first one takes the crossbow and is going to have disadvantage.
I didn't do my...
Oh! What's your bonus
action.
What's your bonus action?
I'm gonna healing potion.
Alright, you drink a healing potion, so roll which one? The greater healing potion or the regular healing potion?
Regular.
Okay, roll a 2d4 plus 2. Hey, you get 8 health back as you drink it in the air. Alright, now it is the first guard. He's gonna try and swing it to you.
Nope.
He gets disadvantage. So it's 14. It misses. He's trying to hit you with the crossbow right now. Right? And completely straight face. The second one also plinks. And then he's gonna try and run away, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Alright.
Let's see, he's gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh.
The crits? Oh my god.
Got him.
Do 10 damage to it.
Can I use a cantrip on that?
No, it's an attack of opportunity. You have to have Warcaster in order to do that. As you hit him clean in the back of it. And also...
I do have Warcaster.
You do have Warcaster?
Yep.
I think it's either a cantrip or a,
Oh yeah! I can cast a spell.
Yeah, but you used your reaction to do the
instead
attack of opportunity, though.
Yep.
Well, no, I know
that
for the future.
Alright. So, it hits him. You hit him in the back of the head.
Well, I mean, a lot of the spells are still gonna, like, require an attack, but all the same.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll say that's a house roll then. So go ahead and roll. You want to do it? Roll your moving blade?
So,
I guess make
So it
sure
has
you
to-
use one that actually requires a weapon attack to make it work.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
guess.
you have to.
So
yeah.
1d8, and because he willingly moved out, he has to roll another. Go ahead and roll it one more time. The -3. And a minus... Oh, wow. So, 13 plus 3, 16. Wow, you actually hit him for quite a bit.
That's
Kind of
actually-
staggers. There's blood like pouring down of his face right now. His whole body disheveled. You see bones picking out. All right, Aldys, make your first death saving throw for me, please.
Hey.
Does your divine aura also go down?
Yeah. If I'm
Oh,
unconscious,
well.
it goes down.
Hell yeah! I mean, no.
Hold on, let me find his death. Yeah, here we go.
Yes. Oh, that's a fail.
Dying.
You notice all this like a pool of blood seeping out, and it's not doing so hard right now.
I'm so big, all this blood's gonna go out of me.
Yeah. Now it's the end of your turn.
A lot of blood to lose.
And the civilians are now off the map, thankfully. Mirrium, it is your turn. Aldys just down.
Alright, Turtle's getting hasted.
Turtle's getting hasted. Alright, Tio, you get hasted. Alright, and you're now concentrating.
Yep.
Alright, the turtle is now super fast.
Double speed, plus 2 AC, and bonus action.
Wow, I feel so light.
Alright, I assume that's your turn, yes?
Yep.
Okay, Tio, it's your turn. You're super speed.
Alright, I'm gonna run over to Aldys, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, Cure Wounds? Does Cure Wounds make you go up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Healing magic bypasses all that crap.
Alright, Aldys. Light shines deep within you, as you now have 4 health. Oh, wait, no. Slightly tilted. You're waking up. You have 4 health.
So proud.
You still have extra movement and a bonus action with which to attack.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
I'm done. I'm going to attack.
Right. Aldys, you have level 3 exhaustion.
Okay.
That's how I balance it. If you get knocked out and you come back, you have level 3 exhaustion. Because you almost died, dude.
Gross. Okay.
Alright. You're exhausted. And Mooney. Oh wow, you actually hit it right in the face. And you have advantage too. And it's 8. It's 29.
Yeah,
okay.
that advantage for that one extra.
Hey man,
Yep.
that's how it
Hell
happens.
yeah.
Alright.
You never need
is
it
that
when
your
you
turn?
got it.
I'm also gonna drink a potion.
Alright, for your bonus action, you drink a potion, so go ahead. Okay. Cinnamon Swirl, it's your turn. You have advantage on Tristane right now.
Could I use my Lightning Trident ability?
It has to be a straight line, and if you use it, it's going to hit Tio as well. Unless you reposition.
Tio's tough.
Tio's
if
tough.
I have advantage, then I'm going to attack it.
Yep.
And I have advantage.
You have advantage!
I've been rolling so many ones.
No joke.
15, minus 15. It hits him real good.
So I
Oh,
hate
20 is
D20s.
hateful.
That's D20s. D20s suck.
How do you kill Tristane?
Stab him right through the neck.
You stab him right through the neck.
Because, I'm still, flying off the ground, so I'm holding it with my talons, and I just do a piercing.
But, just like before, skidly bop.
Wait, he's dead?
Cool. And my aura's gonna hit it.
Dead.
He's not dead, he's not dead, he's not dead.
But he's in the grease. He has to make a dex save as he pops out and falls into the grease.
Oh, you're right! He does have to make a dex save.
It's technically
And
entering the grease, my dude.
He is entering the grease.
Greasy
And
friend.
he flops over.
Oh wait, no, 7. Sorry, but 14 actually is my DC.
Oh, damn. Unfortunate. Alright, so
As
he
funny
lands
as him
it.
popping ever would have been.
Yeah. And that's 3, and he's going to make another dex save throw, which he fails for another additional... for 3 damage as he lands out. Actually, yes, that's how it works. Okay. Alright, do you move?
Nope.
Okay. Alright.
Well, I mean, he's still in the grease, never mind.
Alright. Now, this guard over here, barely clinging to life, takes out his crossbow. No, he doesn't... yeah, he leans, he kneels, and fires at Cinnamon Swirl.
Oh.
Natural 20.
Gasp.
Take 16 points of damage, please. As this crit hits you right in the chest and you like the searing pain. And unfortunately, he didn't have time to reapply the poisons because he had knocked it out of the way with his natural 1, so you don't have to make a constitution saving throw. But he quickly knocks another crossbolt and fires. A 21 that hits you. For an additional, oh, well, lucky, for 5 damage. Take 5 damage, please. So you take a grand total of 21 damage. And now the Intellect Devourer is kind of worse for rare right now. And I'm trying to skitter away. Both of you have an attack of opportunity.
I'm gonna use my Lightning Trident on it.
I'm gonna
you
use
can't-
Bowman Blade.
Your Lightning Trident cannot be used as an attack. Wait, it's only an attack.
Oh,
It's only an
so
attack. You can just use your spear.
Okay.
Your lightning trident is one action specifically, and that does hit. That how do you both kill it? Jesus Christ, guys! You just keep stacking on the damage.
I just kind of smash it like a bug.
To both of you. So what
Yeah,
happens?
I'm just poking it. And Tio's just beating it. We're
So
both.
you throw your spear right in the brain, and it gets stuck in the ground. And then Tio just beats it while it's stuck in the ground.
No, here's what's going on. I stab it with the spear, it gets stuck, and I start hitting it on the ground while Tio's hitting it as well.
Right, Aldys, it is your turn. There is one singular guard left. As this die is oof on the side.
Okay, hold on. I'm doing some measuring.
Don't step on me.
Alright, I'm gonna move. Well, I'd have to move through the stiff.
Yeah,
you can just move straight down and step over the boy and
not quite get there.
Not quite get there.
You can get. You can
Don't you have
get
reach?
There.
Don't you have reach when you're big?
It didn't say in the spell.
How does that work, Alex? And
your great sword would have increased in size, so
I would say you have reach if it's a great sword.
In the stuff I'm familiar with, it's inherent to the size. So I just don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So you make it all the way over there. And
considering it's a two-handed weapon, yeah.
Right.
The weapon itself has got to be 5 feet long now.
You're at 4 health.
Mush him.
Okay, actually.
Because you're exhausted as well.
Yeah.
No, if you're exhausted, you only have half movement. So you only get up to here.
Okay, I cast Bane.
You cast Bane. Alright, roll it, roll it.
There's no roll. He, must make a charisma save.
Which he is, not too great in. Oh, no, yeah, he's definitely...
Oh, dear.
Bane.
What's that
Alright,
doing?
so whenever he,
Click it, or just
whenever
click
he
it so you
makes
can
an
read it.
attack, or a save, or... Okay, yeah.
Alright, so that's all you do? I think that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Alright, Mirrium, it is your turn. The final guard stands resting, and because normally it would run in this circumstance, but something is controlling its brain.
Man, that hits multiple targets. Why didn't you do it earlier?
I was busy trying to kill things.
Yeah. And Mirrium, how do you do this? What's going on? It's your turn.
Oh, it is my turn.
Yep.
Do I have any spell slots left? I have a couple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give him some of the pyrotechnics.
All right.
I'm gonna do the fireworks effect right on top of him.
Oh shit, you're right. A Constitution saving throw, and he has this disadvantage because of Bane.
He doesn't have disadvantage.
Oh, no,
He rolls a d4 and then subtracts it from his save.
Slightly different. Oh, it doesn't matter. Even if it's a maximum of a d4,
15,
he still
yeah,
saves.
he rolled decently well, but each creature it kind of like because it's right under you kind of like blast in his face and blast in his eyes and roll at a disadvantage for him. And yeah, unfortunately for you, no. Try this best.
Wait, is it a different d4 for that one?
Yeah.
Not that it would matter
It wouldn't
again.
make a difference anyways.
Not that it would matter.
Yeah. All right. And I think that's your turn, and now it is Tio's turn.
Alright,
You're still a hasty boy.
Because I'm hasted, right?
Yeah.
Alright, 5.
You have double the speed. You
Yeah,
get
you
there.
can definitely get up to there, no
Yeah,
problem.
alright. Hello.
Hello.
So is it like
I'm
just
moving a booming blade
the
right
normal walking animation of him kind of like waddling around, but like at double speed?
Just faster.
Double
Yes,
speed?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly his health as you blast him in the face, and this little wee thing pops out. Yet again.
You gotta tilt that one again, though.
You have to hit that one again. You squash it like a bug? No wonder.
No, you gotta tilt this one again.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, I'd recommend like making extras of these and leaving them in the GM layer.
yeah, you're right.
And
I'll
then
do
you
that
can
next time.
use, if you have advanced hotkeys on, you can just hit K to select the GM layer, click on them, and then
Yeah.
hit LO, and then it just like pops
Thank
them
you.
onto the.
I will do that next time. But this little wee thing is right in front of you.
Yeah, alright, I get an extra action.
Yes, you do. You can swack it.
Oh, whoops.
Fuck. Oh no.
Nope, it misses, and it just barely dodges out of the way. Alright. The Gorgon's turn. It's dead, and now it is Cinnamon Swirl's turn. There's one last little intellect devour.
I'm gonna run up and poke it.
Poke it! That hits.
Here, Alex, I'm gonna send you this link.
Mm-hmm. And the
Let's
second
look at that
one,
later.
unfortunately, misses. But let's see if it kills it. It does! You miss one strike after hitting the first, but your lightning shoots right out of you from your rage as a stormy aura kills it. And finally, after a grueling 6 minutes of battle...
Wait, how many rounds was that?
I'm sorry, no.
No.
That was like 3 rounds altogether, I think.
3
That
rounds?
was like 18 seconds.
18 seconds of battle, you're right. A grueling 18 seconds of battle.
Which I actually still don't agree with, because that's like
Yeah.
still like way too short for all the things that happen.
Honestly feel like this is
I would
something.
say like 6 per person.
Yeah.
Or per combatant, so like quadruple that.
So,
Just closer.
after a few minutes of fighting, it stops. And Justine lays dead before you, as well as all these other guards with these brains just flopping about.
Well, there
What do you
wasn't
guys do?
anything to be
Can
done
we
to save
revive
them.
him?
Everyone come huddle. Everyone come here. Come here.
Can we try to save them? Can we revive them like we did Aldys?
That's not gonna work. Their brains are out.
Oh, you're
God.
shrunk, by the way. You're shrunk, by the way. That's totally another concentration spell. That's on
Everyone
me.
gets 15 HP back. Everyone in a 30-foot.
Well, I mean, I would assume Mirrium went in.
Yeah,
Whoa.
everyone huddle around, and he kind of holds this amulet around his neck, and it's like kind of glows, and you feel like healing energy wash over you.
And
that puts you
everyone
back at-
recovers 15 health. And after the din of battle has subsided, there are now 3 dead men, 3 dead devourers, and a broken Gorgon at your feet. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna go sleep for 3 days.
I loot the Gorgon.
You loot the Gorgon.
Okay,
alright,
well, while
so-
she does that, I'm gonna put my hand on Tia Shell. Dear, you should go speak with the man's wife.
Yeah, I'll be right back, you guys. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start like. You're still hasted, yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
It's just a really
I'm
fast.
gonna-
And it's zip. Okay, go ahead.
I'm
What's
gonna
up?
start examining the bodies here.
Okay, go ahead and roll a
I guess it's investigation.
investigation or medicine, whatever one.
I mean, they're exactly the same for me, actually.
Well, whatever one. Wow. Okay, so I'll get to that in a second.
Wah!
The fuck even?
I was gonna say you have advantage, but looks like it didn't.
No, fuck it. He rolled investigation and medicine.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I mean,
Right.
I did something.
So the
alright.
Gorgon itself, most of these they have like about altogether 30 gold pieces amongst them in terms of the men. You can divvy that up as intended, and inside the Gorgon, you kind of ruffle through. You see this big, giant purple gem, like still beating like a heart, still inside of it.
She literally just reaches inside of it.
Yeah, it's
Starts
What was the
rummaging
thing
around.
I was putting on a sweater?
a giant purple gem that's still
Gross.
like beating like a heart. All right.
I take it.
No, you take okay. You just add a giant purple gem into your inventory, and over to where Tio is. I'll bring them back. Matthew has hidden behind a tree and takes the stick. It looks like it's going to hit you. He's like, "Oh, thank God! Oh, thank the gods! Oh, thank the gods!" Okay.
Okay,
Oh.
so
And Yselle says, Justine, and she runs up.
no, I'm gonna stop her. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
stop
put my hand on her shoulder, like gently but firmly. Like, listen, your husband's probably been gone for a long time, and I'm really sorry about that.
She just breaks down crying.
I'm gonna leave her and just like let her cry and like look at her brother and be like, "Do you know if Tristan and his friends started acting weird recently?
Yes, that's... they started acting weird 2 weeks ago, the same time Wallenheim went ill. It just seemed, I guess, okay then, but it's just Wallenheim got ill and Justine just got more shifts. I didn't think it was like this. What was that? What was that thing? It looked like it was trying to eat me.
I don't know, but it was in their brain, and that's probably bad.
So, all right. Turning the camera back over to Mirrium, who now has a scalpel out, and in examining body, you have like a piece of stick. You're prodding it and you're cutting it open. You notice inside the body, it's the same. Aside from the massive wounds inflicted by a giant trident from an earlier fight, you see that inside of his brain, there are still remnants and little squishy parts of a regular humanoid brain, but it has been devoured by those things you saw earlier. You see teeth marks and tentacle marks wrapped around it. Aside from that, you notice that this was a surgical procedure, as parts of the scalp had been cut with a scalpel, just like yours. And not only that, you see a small runic inscription, very small, but because you fucking rolled a nat 20, right on the forehead, an inscription. Can you make an Arcana check for me, please, to see if you know it?
I sure can.
Unfortunately, you know it is illithid in nature from the marks. You kind of shine a light on it, and this black mark. And taking a look at the other dead bodies, they all have the same thing, but you really don't know what it means.
I'm gonna write it down.
You write it down in your journal.
Yeah,
that's fine. All right, Aldys, you take a seat in the grass. You almost fucking died.
Yeah, my helmet's off. I'm just face down in the grass, just like.
Oh, what about you, Cici? What are you doing?
I was busy looting the body.
You looted the body, and you found 30 gold pieces amongst the guards, and as well as orders. Forgot about that.
I take the orders out, and I just kind of look at it, and then hand it to Aldys.
Great. Just put it right there.
Points at a nearby patch of grass, and you put it right there.
And then I just stare at him. Or, sorry, her.
I just kind of inch my hand over, and just take it, and I stow it.
All right. And with that, we will end the first session.
All right, I'm gonna hobble back to the inn.
Yep. And everyone, well, we'll leave it off here. Leave your health, leave your spell slots, all that stuff. Yeah.
So we've got, did you say 30 gold amongst all of them?
Yes, all amongst all of them. About 30 gold and a giant purple gem that you'll need some time to kind of decipher.
Okay. I think we should give it to Aldys, since, rooms and stuff.
Or maybe give it to the man's wife. Maybe we're not going to loot the pockets of the guards that we killed.
Oh yeah, actually, Mirrium's right.
You can give it to
Sorry, I can say that in character if you like.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I did just loot the Gorgon. I didn't mention the guard.
Oh, and I thought you said that the 30 gold was from the guards.
Yeah, the 30 gold is from the guards. And a giant purple gem from the Gorgon.
Sure, the Gorgon thing, whatever, that was made by some awful thing, but we should probably not just loot the pockets of these guardsmen.
What did you link me, dude?
The encounter calculator for the CRs of the bullshit you just gave us.
I told you, I'm not holding back any punches.
Wait, can I see?
That's a CR-15 fight, you asshole.
It really wasn't that bad.
Fine. We did okay. Only one of us died, and only for a little bit.
I'm gonna spew out blood now. Thanks.
Yep, more blood.
We could have leveled up.
You can always make
bullshit. Actually, no. 5,000? I don't think so. But
No, you would definitely not have level, but it was definitely a deadly encounter. It's like, how can I make 3 guards more interesting? Oh, that's the thought process.
No, you mean knights, because they all had full play crossbows and greatswords.
Yes.
Yeah.
Attacks. Yeah,
Yes.
Not guards
No.
at all. Those
Yes.
honest knights. Now, it makes sense because I know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the purple lightning bullshit, that is extra stuff I couldn't even put in there.
I mean, that would just increase the CR across the board by half at least.
It was some bullshit like that. I don't know. The point is, we won. I'm gonna go back to the inn and just die now. Thanks.
All right. Okay, so you find the orders. You have the gold, about 30 gold pieces amongst the guards.
I'm also gonna get with Matthew, I guess. See if he recognizes any of these guys, because we should probably also mention, the 2 other dead men.
Right, and Matthew says, yes, these 2 are also knights of Wallenheim. I think there's about 12 of them altogether.
We can't exactly say.
Yes, Lord Wallenheim. Oh man, this is bad. This is really bad.
I thought he was sick.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have a brain anymore. Sorry, not composed right now.
Wait, can you get a new one?
Baby.
He's got one.
Ha!
That's the problem.
Oh, okay. Look, I've got, a really low intelligence.
I love Cici so much.
We have 3 characters with average to low intelligence.
It's okay, we got Mirrium. She's smart enough for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
Right, and with that, we end the session with the party coming out of the forest.
So using a super great healing potion, whatever.
Alright. Hope you guys had fun. That was a little bit slower than I thought. I forgot how long D&D could be.
Yeah, D&D can be long when you throw in stuff like that. Yeah, especially, and when you start missing, D20s are the big problem. Fuck D20s.
Yeah, I can see that being a problem, but hey.
I rolled so low so many times.
I wonder if is there a bell curve variant already written up for 5e? Because you could look into that.
I checked it on Unearthed. There's none yet.
I mean, because you don't want to just use it because it's not, the system's not quite.
Yeah. Well, Heath also threw AC 18 creatures at us. That's pretty high for this level.
Yeah.
They match our good ACs.
Mm-hmm. The Gorgon had 19. The Knights had.
I mean, this was a scary encounter. He could just be scaring us.
It is a scary encounter. I told you guys, I'm not.
I'm well spooked.
Hey, look. You can't have you guys just trampling all my encounters, right?
I had a good time.
Oh, I mean,
you don't have to speak in character anymore.
But it's a lot of fun. I like it.
Hey, Alex,
I love your character so much. Oh my god.
I don't have anything to play, so we had Dax Rigs for Dungeon World, but that's not really fitting the mood. What am I playing in the background for streams here? Give me a direction to go in. So Dungeon World is kind of grungy swamp rock. What is this game?
Fucking, I don't know. Fantasy? Anything by Queen?
I can follow that. Hold on.
Is this just real life? But hey, it's a challenging encounter. Do you guys think that was too much?
It was a deadly encounter.
I mean, if that's what every encounter is like, yes. If not, then that's fine.
It's too much for more than one encounter.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we burned, everything.
Not everything, but...
Well, then you didn't try hard enough.
Well, more of, I have a strong feeling he's probably going to throw something else at us immediately.
See, that's what I was thinking, but God, I hope not. Also, that exhaustion penalty is pretty stiff. Just it's going to take 3 days for me to even...
It's true. I might just make a exhausted one.
Yeah, that's fine. And then it can compound.
Yes. In which case, how many of you guys actually took damage below your health this fight?
Bro, I was really close a couple times there.
Damage below half health, you mean?
Half health.
No, I was 2 points away.
Okay.
I
Theo
was
and Cici are fine.
Well Hello.
And Mirrium, did you take damage? I think you got hit once.
I got hit once, and then I immediately got healed back up.
Okay, so
I'm
that's
like
fine.
perfectly
So-
fine. I'm at full health.
So only Aldys. Aldys, can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
I sure can.
That is a DC of 15.
I roll a 14.
Yep. So you're 2 points of exhaustion because 1, you almost died.
That's
and
fair.
2, and 2, so you're not feeling too hot right now. All right. Excellent.
It's also the first time that we played, so we don't really know what to expect.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
We're gonna once people get more into the swing of things and the feel of things, it'll go by a lot quicker.
Like, I could have used Bane, but it wouldn't have been that effective on it, honestly. It may have saved a couple attacks.
No, it actually would have
Maybe.
it would have caused the Harpy to do a lot more damage. A lot of her extra
What?
damage is based on saves.
It's true.
Between 3, about 3 damage is not that much.
I would have added up.
It's 3 free damage every round. That's substantial.
Yeah.
It is, as long as she hits.
And actually, it's 6 free damage every round because she hits twice.
No, it's
thought the
only
armor
once.
was only
Oh,
once.
it's only
It's
once.
only
but-
once.
But doesn't it hit
Once.
everything in the area? Because it hit the damn.
Only one target. There's only
Oh.
one target.
Only one target.
The
Oh,
reason why it's
'cause the
not
other
as
guy was
strong is
dead.
because 1, it's a level 3 ability for Rage.
Right.
And 2, it's consistent. It added up.
Oh yeah.
The lightning damage throughout the whole fight probably did like 20 to 30 damage. Because it's half unsaved, which is very consistent.
I also have my lightning trident ability that I can use. I
You
didn't use it
still
on this
had-
one.
yeah. No, you didn't.
Yeah, because I know you like to try to wear out our resources and then you throw another encounter at us.
Metagaming! Yeah, you're right.
I mean, okay, if you're gonna throw deadly encounters at us, we're gonna metagame.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
You're asking
And
for
the-
that at that point.
And the trident is a 4d6, right?
Yeah, it's half a lightning bolt.
Yeah, it's a 4d6, and I think there's a saving throw involved with it.
Yes, it's a dex saving throw for half a lightning bolt. But
Okay.
hey, that was
I'm
fun.
gonna go to bed now. I had a lot of fun and I'm excited.
Oh yeah, no, let's see what happens next time.
yeah.
In 2 weeks, which gives me a lot of time to really flesh out certain things.
2 weeks. Okay, that's fair.
Thank you for setting
Good
it all
night,
up.
everyone.
Yee.
Bye.